All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Yoshikidneo, and we are back in the world of Oh, shit, hold on. The world of Boridil, the adventures in Boridil. And today the party is going to take part in a black market auction. Whoa. Should be quite interesting to see what exactly happens, especially because, it's the black market. Typically, people on the black market are criminals, and I'm excited to see what exactly they do, if anything, out of the ordinary. Because that's just how the parties be sometimes, is they do some shit out of the ordinary, and they get in trouble for it. But we'll see what they do in the black market, because it could be highly interesting. It could also be, very, very, very troublesome for them. We'll see. Should be fun.
I love her and I want to see her soon. I was like, okay, how about you tell her that?
Damn, it'll make me feel bad because that's how I do it because I'm shitty role playing.
It's not easy.
What y'all talking about? Who do you want to see soon?
Oh, no one. I was just asking what's the difference between the other group and just more RP in this.
Yeah, a lot more in this this group, but I think it's the other group has changed. Like, a lot of characters have changed recently too, so I don't think they feel connected. Maybe, which honestly is starting to feel like the last campaign that I ran. Yeah, we'll see. Who knows what happens? But anyway, recap time. And we'll go back a little bit further, so the Swaff gets the highlights of what exactly has happened. But Swaff, since you left, you guys were in the Twisted Wood still, I believe, and you remember the Demon Lord Graz'zet getting summoned by using a Titanian noble as the sacrifice, as well as the large tree blight that essentially brought Graz'zet from his plane of the abyss into the material plane. From that moment on, you guys essentially you weren't to blame for anything really about this. This was just, very bad timing. These were very powerful people summoning this demon lord, but the people still wanted you guys to kind of atone for the sins that you had committed by killing some of their people, even though you were essentially mind controlled into kind of doing it, or at least threatened. You felt threatened and were just defending yourselves. And the thought process after Corwin, the leader of that town, died, was that you guys would sort of stay around, help these guys out while they wait for their new elder to be placed in leadership role. So you guys went and helped Snoopy go and defeat the Spriggan, a dryad that turned corrupted after losing its tree in some dreadful way. More than likely, Titania did this, and it started to corrupt that part of the forest. You guys killed that sucker, and you found that Titanian troops were marching sort of towards the north of the Twisted Wood. On your way back, after resting that night, you noticed that they were scouting in the sort of middle portion of the Twisted Wood looking for some sort of golem. You guys reported that back at the Lothrius, the city you guys were in, to the new elder, who was this gentleman. Actually, I got rid of his token. But he was a gentleman that came from the Feywild and was appointed this position because this is it's an honorable position for any sort of noble to be a part of, because this town is like the bridge to the Feywild itself. So the Sealy Court wants to make sure that the town is defended well, especially with such a vast army essentially encroaching on their territory. You guys didn't really feel like being the work dogs of this gentleman and his ways of using you guys to essentially fight the war for him. And after getting some information from Opal, you guys decided, all right, it's time to fuck off. Which, after doing your final job and thinking, okay, this is where we call it quits, you guys found and infiltrated the Titanian camp. You figured out that they had found a golem. You reported that back after essentially being caught off guard by 2 Titanian nobles and their men, and you were able to escape while destroying a little bit of their camp. You gave that information away, and then all of a sudden, with the good deeds of your new druid pal, Quinn, the teacher of Quinn, Nietzsche, a bearfolk druid, was able to sort of give you guys some sort of assurance that you didn't have to fight the war that they wanted you to in that town, and you weren't going to have, and he was going to make sure that you looked like you died, essentially, by cutting down a tree and turning it into spitting images of all of you, and to send those into the fight to let them die, and then just, you know, probably something else. Who knows what Nietzsche had up his sleeves. But the main goal that Nietzsche had in mind was to send you guys elsewhere, and you guys all decided to go back to the City of Guilds, which he was able to open up a portal, send you guys on your way, boom, now you're in the City of Guilds. A lot of things have happened. You have met a lot of people. I will not go over all the details, but you've gotten 2 jobs so far. One of them was to go find a giant cockatrice, which almost claimed Snoopy's life through paralysis and through petrification, so that was pretty fun. Then you guys also met this character named Joker, who is this masked person who likes to laugh a lot. And he gave you guys a job to meet him at a place called the Ruby Palace. It is a sort of kind of like a think of like the stock market, like Wall Street. It's like that for this place, except for it's a bunch of various goods. There's a bunch of different stalls that people sell homemade stuff and all that. And when you got there, you ended up finding, well, I guess we'll backtrack to last session at this point. Last session, what happened was you guys went to go and adopt 3 children to give to the old maidens of Holly Oak. They didn't exactly tell you why they wanted to adopt these children, but they wanted 3 girls, and they wanted one of them to be specific, a girl named Gildred. On your way to the orphanage to go and get these children, you guys ended up seeing a what turned out to be a drug lord's business, essentially. Walked in there, Vikavor and Snoopy got high, but Vikavor ended up taking something and got super high. so you guys had to, you guys had to try to figure out what the hell was going on. Vikavor was trying to light fireballs up in the middle of town, which, thank God for Saberwolf, otherwise this would be a different session. But anyway, Vikavor eventually came down from his high. You guys went to the orphanage, you found Gildred, you found the other 2 little girls, you adopted all 3 of them, and you took them to the maidens and dropped them off. Saberwolf isn't very... I'm pretty sure Saberwolf does not feel very good about this decision, because he started to grow attached to Gildred. Not to mention the fact that they're all orphans, and what Balrin would have learned if he was around, which will retcon that you were somewhat around, quote unquote, but Saberwolf is an orphan himself. So this didn't sit well, and as you guys were leaving, this Drow High Priestess, Lariara, stopped you guys and essentially told Vikavor and Saberwolf to watch their backs because she is the chosen of Lolth, one of the demon lords of the Drow, and eventually she'll be coming around to try to kill you guys. But she left it at that, as this was not her place. She just wanted to scope out the competition. And it was at this point you guys rested for a little bit and went to the Ruby Palace. Joker gave you specific instructions. These instructions were to take this bag of gold that he had handed you. You were allowed to purchase one item from this bag of gold for yourselves as a group, but your main objective is to outbid anyone on some sort of like jade tablet that comes up. Once you get that jade tablet, he'll meet you the next day to retrieve it from you. Otherwise, you're not to make it look like you know him at all in any way, shape, or form. With that, he disappeared into the sort of this illusion on the wall that afterwards, when you guys walked through it, it was a portal to this very open sort of cavern with a very bright, shiny ruby, literally a giant ruby palace. And there were portals to other locations all over the place. You guys entered into this palace, which I'll bring you back. And as you entered, you guys start to notice there's a lot of people around. And the two people that are not seated yet, as everyone's starting to find their seats, the gentleman in full plate gear starts to sniff the air. And this is where we will begin our session. Let me just have a song I want to use for this. Something smells familiar. This gentleman right here turns around to look at you all. And he walks up. I seem to recall the scent of one of you, but I don't believe we've ever met before. Mind explaining this to me? And he starts to sniff around Saberwolf. Not you. Not you. He goes up to Quinn and starts sniffing Quinn. Ah. Where have we met before, young one?
AFK. AF.
Is he for real? God damn it, Gerald.
That's a big move.
Alright, well, I guess forget this little plot hook for him. As he's looking Quinn up and down, the woman kind of goes, Stenmeier, we need to find our seats, please. We'll talk afterwards. How about that? Don't run too far, or else I'll have to chase you. And as he's walking away, you guys see him sort of lick his lips, and he goes to the back. The woman comes up. Apologize. He's still getting acquainted back to how civilization is ran, I guess. But I guess we'll talk after the auction. Hope your pockets are full. I heard there's some really good things on the market today. She starts to walk away. Where would you guys like to sit?
I say it's front and center.
Hey guys, what kind of things should we buy if we want to buy it for ourselves?
Honestly, but it depends on what we find. There's a lot of things on the market tonight, I hear.
What do you think about splitting up to like sit separately from each other?
I think that's a really good idea.
See,
Even though everybody just saw us come in, I don't know.
Well, I'm not with you guys. I'm going this way.
I need to sit in the front because I can't see otherwise.
right.
All you guys pick a spot that you want to sit.
She looks hot. I sent a message to who would want to get laid the most. How old is Vikavor?
like 35-ish.
I sent a message to Vikavor. I'm like, hey, I'll be your wingman if you want for her.
Okay. She's not really my type.
Oh. Well, then I get up on the bench and sit next to her.
Okay. Oh, how adorable. A little dog. And she starts to look back behind her. And she ends up speaking in a language that you can understand. Hi there, little puppy. What is your name? I'm Elsbeth.
Elsbeth? I'm Snoopy.
Elsbeth.
Elsbeth. It sounds like, never mind. It's like they gave up halfway, and then they remembered to continue to... Anyways, nice to meet you, Elsbeth.
Yes. Now, what is a dog doing in a place like this? I'm so curious.
I'm here with my friends, and I'm somewhat of a rogue myself.
Ooh, a rogue. So you like
Yeah.
to take things from people, or do you like to take people out that cause you trouble? Or maybe you're on the run from something and you're trying to fill a void. Oh, poor thing.
Maybe a bit of all three. What language is
Wow.
she speaking?
Let's see.
I speak
She
Elvish,
just-
Swedish, and Common.
Yeah, she's able to just speak to animals, so she's
Oh.
just speaking. Yeah, she's not speaking like an actual language. She's just speaking to you, much like Quinn's speech of the woods, the way he talks to those owls and stuff.
Gotcha.
Why is Quinn awkwardly at the back of the room?
Because he is AFK like always.
Wow, Brady, you don't sound salty at all.
Man, I try to do stuff, and I can't because when I do them, he's gone. But it's okay.
Bro, I've been right here the entire time while you sit here.
No,
talking
you
to me.
haven't, dude.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. Dude. Don't even lie.
It was loud over here. A bunch of kids just left something.
You straight up miss an opportune opportunity.
Yeah, you
Oh well,
did.
let's retcon.
We're already sitting down.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're sitting
I'm
down.
standing
we
up.
moved on.
Make
They
him go sit- make him go sit over
essentially, this gentleman right here sniffed you, and he thinks that you're familiar, but he doesn't know why. And since you were dead ass silent to him, he was like, "I guess we'll talk after the auction."
Okay. We'll wrap up at the end of the auction then.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
Quinn's too focused on the mission. He didn't want to blow it.
You're gonna be blowing something.
So I kind of scooch and try and like be in her lap.
Okay. And as you get closer, she goes, "Oh yes, definitely." And she sits and she starts to pet you on the back, and she's like, "Oof, perhaps I might just buy you and take you home. You're so cute.
Ooh.
Oh, what a good
Tempting.
boy." And the
Tempting
rest of
proposition.
your party is probably noticing that you're, getting petted by this quite beautiful woman, actually. Quinn, where do you want to sit? The party decided to split up to cover some more ground to make it almost look like you guys didn't come in together, except for you did, so who knows?
Who has the money bag? Or
I want to say Saberwolf
think-
does.
it doesn't really
I think
matter. Whoever
Quinn
wins the
does.
bid will
Quinn has it.
give the money.
Okay, Quinn has it.
Cause I had the coin to get in here.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out where everybody's.
Your
Okay, I
party
see
are
Vic
the
over
only
there.
ones with health bars.
Okay.
Hopefully that helps.
I feel like we're missing somebody.
One, two, three, 4, 5 people.
Are these all
Got
seats?
everybody.
Okay, never mind. I
Yeah.
see what the seats
Yeah.
are. All right, I'm gonna sit next to. All right, I got it. Hold on.
Hey Brady, my mic I think cut out after I said that's an interesting proposition. Did she say anything back?
Oh, I didn't even hear you say that, actually.
Oh, when you offered to buy me, I said, "Ooh, that's a intriguing proposition."
Yes, I just love cute little animals. I have a lot of them back at home. Some folks call me a crazy cat lady, but... Do you like cats?
what
Do you like to chase them?
Yes.
I
So-
think my house would be lovely for you then. But if
So
you're
what are
already
you
owned... Oh,
I'm not owned.
no?
Dog-
I thought you said you had
Free
friends here.
dog.
Free dog. Ooh.
Not
Very
free.
intriguing.
You have to pay, but I
I
liberate.
cough in the background.
How
Um,
rude.
What brings you here?
Well, they do this auction about once every couple of weeks, and I heard that there's some glamorous items for sale, so I decided perhaps it's a good time to go ahead and see if there's anything that I could use, or perhaps my sisters.
Sweet. Same.
Yes.
Well, hopefully we don't want the same thing. Maybe we can do a
Well.
little inside antitrust situation if we want the same things. We don't upbid the price.
Perhaps. I guess we'll see. I'll be honest, I don't anticipate to spend a lot of money, so... If you have more than I do, which is very possible if you have friends that are helping you, although I am curious, how does a dog line his pockets?
I wink at her, even though I have the eye patch on.
She doesn't do anything. Because she can't see it.
Oh. I use my mage hand to lift my eye patch up and wink at her.
You're a magical puppy. Oh my god, that is the cutest thing. I'm
then
probably gonna have to
it's
take you
common.
home.
I'm gonna say something
You-
in common like, I can actually talk.
Oh, take me away. This puppy is all I need today. And some of the folks kind of like look over and they're wondering why this woman is like freaking out about a puppy. You are
anybody
just the
know that-
cutest little thing.
Does anybody know the true polymorph spell so I can, you know...
Unfortunately, not yet. I think that is level 9 or level 8 spell. Maybe 7.
Yeet.
One day, though.
Maybe something.
Yeah. Well, she continues to pet you, and you guys keep chatting up. If you think of any specific questions that you want to ask her or anything like that while we roleplay with the other folks, you can type them in the chat, and then I'll tell you what she would say afterwards. But Saberwolf, as you sit down, the gentleman behind you, oh bother, he taps you on the shoulder. Excuse me, you no offense, but you're quite the big burly brute, and I can't see anymore, especially because your physique. Would you mind scooting over to the left, or perhaps to the maiden's right, and that way I can get a better view of the stage?
Oh, my apologies, sir.
What a weird accent. Where are you from? Hold on, don't leave just yet. Come back here. And he turns to the Warforged next to him. Write this down. Where are you from? What's your name? The name is Anton. They call me the Librarian. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, Anton. My name is Saberwolf. I am around.
Wolf. Interesting. Are you in your human form or your lichen form?
I'm in my lichen form currently.
Okay.
just
I thought you
he was
were. I
an
just wanted to make
enlarged.
sure. Yeah. And Largy's like, whoops, wrong way, wrong thing. You wanted me to get smaller. I can do that too, but I fucked up. Well, Saberwolf, you're quite interesting. There's not a lot of lycanthropes that like to show their true forms. And he kind of looks over his shoulder towards the back area over here. I'm sure that you've caught his attention. Do you know that man by chance?
Not at all. I actually just came into town to visit.
Interesting. Well, where'd you come from, might I ask?
You know, being a traveler myself, I never remain anywhere long. Call myself more of a worker.
Very interesting, very interesting. If you're a worker and a traveler, does that mean you're constantly looking for work? Because I would have the offer. I have quite a considerable offer for someone of your stature.
Ah, I reckon I'd listen to you. What do you got in mind?
Well, the folks in the City of Guilds, as well as most regions of commerce, they call me the librarian because I am an information broker. I know things that people want to know as well, but it's never free. If you could be some sort of an informant for me, sort of look out for things that are strange, sell me the information, whatever you find always has a price. And the juicier the details, the more I'll pay you.
Right. I think that might be a good idea. I'd be okay with
He reaches in his pocket and he hands you a card, essentially. And as you look at it, it's glossy. And the moment that you touch it, these sort of like blue butterflies sort of like animate and come to life and start to fly around you. That's my card. You'll find me at the Daily Days. It's a news location, somewhat scattered about. We have various different printers and press all around the city. But if you go to any one of those and flash that card, allow them to touch it, of course, to show its authenticity, and they'll tell you exactly where I am, or where I can be found, so that we can talk later, preferably in private.
That sounds just fine to me.
Well, Saberwolf,
Alright.
I believe the auction's getting underway, so, like we discussed before, if you could move to the other side of this fair maiden, I would be very appreciative.
Oh, definitely. Excuse me, madam.
She looks at you and like her hair starts to move and you can see all these little snake heads looking at you. Quite alright. Your name's Saberwolf and you're a traveler?
Indeed.
Where all have you gone then? I'm somewhat of a traveler myself. And she holds out a hand for you and you can see that her skin, it's fairly smooth, but you can see that there's like a scaliness to it. The name's Evrain.
Evrain. It's nice to meet you. Currently came from doing some work in, familiar with the Twisted Wood. Had some few business out there.
Very interesting. The Twisted Wood, I heard, was not very hospitable for outsiders. How did you manage?
Yeah. Well, when you're a traveler like myself, business comes and goes. You don't ever stay around very long.
Well, maybe after the auction we can talk more about it. I've always wanted to travel to the Twisted Woods, see what it's like. The city life isn't really much for me. I don't get out very often because she kind of meets your eyes and you watch as her eyes kind of close into a snake-like way. Make a Constitution saving throw, please. as she does that, you kind of feel a weird tingling, and you look at your hand, and from your palm going outwards, your hand is starting to turn to stone. And as that happens, she bites her finger and rubs it on that spot, and it goes back to normal. You may never have met someone like me, but I am a Medusa. Looking in my eyes, and if I don't really like the way you look back at me, I can turn you to stone. But it's more of a party trick in the urban environment, as people know who I am and what I am, and folks just started being petrified all of a sudden. Well, that would not be a good look for me.
Well, I'll be. A few tricks must leave myself, help for survival. It's nice to meet someone like you.
Oh, pleasure as well. And if you have any other questions for her, you can write them, or you can send them to me in Discord. We'll go over to Balron.
Do you want to skip me real quick? My
Huh?
food's almost here.
Okay, yeah,
So I'm gonna
we'll
be
skip
leaving.
you.
It should be here in like 3 minutes. So I
Okay.
don't want to leave in the middle of it.
Vikavor, or actually I see Quinn up there. Quinn, as you sit down, the gentleman in front of you, weren't you one of the ones that adopted some children earlier from me?
Yes.
How are
Yes.
they? And
Oh, they're good.
Where did you leave them by chance? I assume that you probably have family in town. Otherwise, you have your whole group here with you, I see. And he takes his finger and he points at every single person that you came in here with.
Yeah. We I have some aunts that live in the area, so.
Well, that's good that you're able to continue your business and take care of those children. I will tell you now, the background check is not just for show. I take great pride in making sure these orphans get to live full lives. And if I find out that these children have been mistreated by you all in any way, well, it won't be a good time for you. Right, Stenmeyer? And he looks back at you. Yes, I agree. What did you say your name was again, young boy?
Quinn starts to kind of like, pull at his collar a little bit, and he's like, Quinn. Yeah, I'm Quinn.
Well, Quinn, let's hope that our business relationship maintains the way it is. I don't like hurting people, but I also don't like seeing them hurt the children that I curate.
Yeah. Won't have any issues with me or us. Scout's honor.
And as you say that, you see Stenmeyer, he's fully turned around while this other gentleman who you know, his name is Martillo, he's still looking forward towards the auction stage. And Stenmeyer's looking you up and down, and he points at you. You have family, by chance, other than those in the City of Guilds? Perhaps someone that's a little far away?
Yeah. I have a couple relatives here and there.
You have a brother, specifically?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
And is his name Kai?
So Quinn begins, like, his eyes start widening up and his hands kind of start to shake a little. How do you know?
That's why you smell familiar. We'll talk more after the auction. Mary, perhaps he would like to play a little game. And and Mary stands up and she goes to sit next to you. Do you like cards?
So my eyes are. So I'm. So Quinn's kind of like confused right now, like looking at both her and him, and yeah, I guess.
And she pulls out a large deck of cards and starts to shuffle them. If you have any questions you wish to ask any of those three people, you can send them to me in Discord. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and pop over to Vikavor. As Vikavor sits down, is your hood up or down?
My hood's currently up.
Okay. Vic, I can't see anything. How about you bring this thing down? It's a little stuffy in here. The ladies that are on your left and right both look at you. Excuse me, did you talk to me? I didn't say anything. I think it was this gentleman. Are they hot? Vikavor, are they hot? And they both kind of like, they're taken aback and they're like, excuse you? That is no way to talk to a lady.
Well, that's not exactly me. I just throw down my hood, my head to them.
Oh, and they both like do the same thing. They both put a hand up to cover their eyes, kind of like because they're disgusted. That's absolutely wretched. Would you mind putting your hood up and maybe putting a sock in his mouth?
I kind of
maybe you could put your panties in my mouth instead.
There's also some
roll.
on the right side. I see over there too. Maybe you
roll a
could
d20
your...
for me. If you roll a 1 to 10, the lady on your left moves away. 11 or higher, the lady on your right moves away. Okay. Yes, you have a pleasant auction, and she moves to the other pew on the other side of the room.
And I'm gonna immediately move over here. More.
I'm not as offended if you wish to stay.
Question, Brady. So I'm trying to look at the room first.
All right.
So when the auction does start, are they gonna like, from what I can tell right here, they're gonna bring out items here? I don't know.
Well, you have no idea how this goes.
I'm just trying to assume.
In fact, this guy's actually not there.
He was throwing me off too, I guess. Okay. All right. Well, if you're not offended, I'll stick around.
The name's Veer, or Vire. What is your name? Vikavor? Was it that your other face said?
It is Vikavor. My other face is Vic.
Interesting. Might I ask how something so odd is it? I've heard of things called conjoined twins, but I've never seen one on the back of someone's head. Is that what this is? Very interesting.
Something like that, but not exactly.
She's in dark robes and stuff like that. Got mascara and shit on. Looks very emo. Well, maybe perhaps you somehow fell into some sort of magical spell that gave you an extra face, one that's a little rude.
Seems like you know something about that.
Well, she starts to pull down her hood, and she shows you the back of her head. Not exactly, as you can see, and she spruces up her hair, and nothing is on her head. I do not have anybody on the back of my head. She puts her hood back up. I'm just quite curious is all. I've heard of strange things, and usually magic is the culprit.
Are you familiar with any curses that would do something like that?
Only from very powerful beings, which I'm assuming the fact that you say curse specifically, you've tangled with some powerful foes. Are you pretty powerful yourself?
I wouldn't say powerful.
Are you planning to become more powerful?
That is the plan. My master has sent me here to become more powerful and to learn.
Very interesting. Perhaps maybe at some point in time we could become of use to each other, you and I, as I'm looking for someone powerful to protect me.
Oh, really?
Perhaps it could
what
be
do you
you
need
and-
protection from?
Well, isn't that the thing? Don't we all need protection? She winks at you.
And Kawarda's kind of like they're like starting to turn red a little bit.
Not that kind, but I'm down.
Yeah, maybe. What brings you to the auction here today?
I've heard that there's some powerful trinkets in place that have been given, and I want to see if I might be able to procure one of them. Or yourself?
Oh, really? Just looking around, shopping. I could always use something to add to my collection,
Couldn't we all? And with that, if you have any questions that you want to ask her, let me spell out her name for you. Otherwise, we'll go to Balrin. As you're looking around, the folks in front of you and the folks behind you, they don't really say anything, but the gentleman to your left, he kind of he's looking you up and down from afar, and you notice him staring at you.
Alright, I'm just gonna kind of take my seat and...
What is a big hulking hunk of metal like you doing in an auction place like this? It make no sense.
Well, I've been told that for specific items, this is the place to come.
No. This makes no sense to me, no. You are a metal person like them up there, and he points to these things on the stage, but yet you sit here with us. That make no sense to me. Are you needing reprogramming? Who is your creator?
I'm not needing any reprogramming. I am my own being, and I can do as I wish.
That is very strange. Sounds like a malfunction to me. But perhaps maybe if you are your own being, maybe you can prove it.
Well, what would you like to see?
He scoots over closer to you. Go ahead and tell me then, what is your serial number?
I don't believe I have one.
You don't have a MAC address?
No.
That is weird, because that does mean that you are your own sentience. Very strange, very strange. And he holds out a hand. Do you know what this means? And it's a handshake.
I will reach out and accept his handshake.
Oh, so you are of your own mind. My name is Basim. What is yours?
My name is Balrin.
Balrin, Basim. We could be team. I wear metal, you are metal. Perhaps maybe you need a friend? Someone to teach you the streets? I could do.
Or what are you here for?
Well, we're kind of trying to scope out the people around here. And he starts looking around. I think I've found most of the leaders of a lot of the organization of this city, but I haven't found them all. So I'm mostly here for information, but perhaps maybe they have something that I would like to buy. I'm not much of a material man. I aim to end suffering, though, and these criminals, they cause a lot of suffering.
You mentioned we. Who else are you here with?
No one at the moment, but I am expecting some folks. Hopefully they get here. But obviously this is a non-violent operation. Because if there was to be violence, well, it would be chaos and a lot of people would die.
Oh, of course.
What about yourself? Are you here for a particular reason?
I have some gold in my pocket, and I figured I'd stop by and see what they have to offer.
No. There's got to be other reason. How do you even get to this place? Tell me. This isn't just open to public. You got to understand. I want to know exactly your way of getting in here so I could possibly crack down on them.
I think that my ways of acquiring the knowledge of this place are my own.
Ah. So perhaps maybe you're the wrong one to team up with. I will take note of that, but maybe at a later date, maybe you open up and we become friends, break bread, eh? Actually,
Yeah.
you don't even eat, huh? Or do you like nuts and bolts, perhaps? I know a place where a lot of scrap metal is. Do you eat that?
I prefer oil.
I could get you oil. Perhaps we talk after the auction, you and I.
I think that would be good.
If you have any other questions that you would like to ask him, you can type them out in Discord. Otherwise, all these conversations seemingly end at about the same time, give or take a couple seconds. And this old man comes out on the stage. May I? No, hold on. And he casts spell, which you guys would know to be thaumaturgy. May I have everyone's attention? The auction will start here in just a moment. Please find your seats and keep the chit-chat to a minimum. Before we begin, I am Jacques. I will be heading the auction, and I will go over a few housekeeping rules. First of all, each item may only be bid in succession. If you bid on it once, you cannot raise your bid until someone else raises or bids higher than yours. There is to be no violence of any sort, whether that be verbal, any sort of magics, or planned assassinations. And he starts looking. I'm looking at you. And he starts pointing at some random people, and they all look very uncomfortable. Once the auction price has been awarded, you will be given a ticket for your item and how much it costs, and you will come to the back of the stage after the auction's done to retrieve and pay for your item. Please do not disrupt, do not ask too many questions, if any, actually. Do not ask any questions. I will give you as much information as needed. Otherwise, let us go over a few other things, please. Welcome to the Ruby Palace's bi-weekly auction. I am Jacques, and I will be your auctioneer. A lot of the items that we have today range from various mundane trinkets to somewhat powerful magical artifacts. The ongoing wars across all the kingdoms have been very fruitful for our organization. Crime is at an all-time high as the empires are unable to maintain their law structures, which makes it a lot easier for some organizations to do what they do best. And I would like, I see that we have a few key figures here, and I would like to give a shout out to each and every one of you. The Black Hand's Golden Magister, and he points to this gentleman that's over here on the right, and everyone starts to clap. The Brothers Sanguine, Lord Martillo Sr., and he points to Lord Martillo, which is sitting right in front of Quinn. The Quarth Syndicate, led by Rixa. And he points to this hooded figure with a mask. One side of the mask glows with this sort of like electricity. It's fairly strange, but he keeps his arms down and kind of just does a nod. The Silver Guardians, Sergio Casero. And he points to this big burly gentleman. He's the only one that stands up. Pleasure to be here today. The dreadful Sevens, Elsbeth. And she sort of moves her hand, and a projection of herself like an illusion, basically, like projects away from her, and she does a little curtsy to everybody. Other notable folks that have made today possible, we would like to thank the Nest for supplying these relics and paintings that we will be auctioning, the Rust Eaters for most of the stolen items, the Interworld Trade and Transport for fencing the items. We would like to thank Anton, the librarian, Lance, for the use of his facility, and other anonymous contributors. And he starts to clap as everyone else starts to clap as well. Well, as we will see, there are many different things to be sold today. So, just raise your hand and I will make sure that the price is updated. Well, shall we begin then? First item up for auction. And you see another one of these Warforged soldiers come out. And what he ends up doing, let me find, I had a thing for all this. He holds up this sort of crossbow, a little hand crossbow, and he shows it off. And then you hear him say something, and he throws it on the ground in front of him, and it springs to life, and it looks up at the ceiling, and it's almost like a little turret, and it shoots a couple bolts, hitting some targets that were placed beforehand onto the ceiling. This little crossbow was taken by a fallen champion of the Sladoran Empire. He called this little thing Vigilis. It is a hand crossbow with the muttering of a magic word to the attuned, is able to be thrown and act as its own little micro turret, able to do what its master's wills, freeing up his hands. The bidding price will start at 300 gold. Do I hear 300 gold for the Vigilis crossbow? I see 350. He points to a man in the back.
350?
Correct.
375.
375 to the talking dog. 400 to the black cloak. Points to a guy over here. Going once.
$450.
450 to the lichen. $455. That is unacceptable. You must at least go 25 gold or more, please, sir. And this gentleman in the back kind of like puts his cowl a little closer as he's embarrassed. And Quinn, you can hear him mutter to himself, "That's all I have." 450 going once. Going twice. Sold to the lichen. And the Warforged picks up the crossbow. And you watch as his open hand, you see a slit open up in his palm, and he points it at you, and it shoots like a little slip of paper that stops like right in front of your face so that you can grab it. Hold on to that until after the auction to pick up your goods.
I grab it.
I point at him and send him a message saying, "Sweet. That looks cool."
Got that for you, buddy. You owe me.
I have 800 gold.
Next item on or up for
And can
grabs.
Can I send a message to Saberwolf asking him, how much do you have?
I have 600.
Okay. If you want something, bid for it, and if it's above that, I have enough money. If we can get you something cool too.
Gotcha, buddy. I'll let you know.
The next item that we have is a special bag of ammunition that was swiped from the Titanian Empire. We call it Seeker ammunition. Essentially, you load any sort of firearm with this, and if you've seen your target within the last minute, you can shoot within 120 feet, and it will fly as long as there's a path at least an inch wide to hit your target. Very good in any sort of assassination job or otherwise. The bidding will start at 100 gold for 30 rounds.
150 here.
150 to the dog that still talks. 200. You see the big burly Sergio yell out. 200 to Sir Casero.
225.
225 to the dog. 300. Sergio says again. 300 to Sergio. Going once.
350.
325. Oh, you said 350?
Yeah.
350 to the talking dog. And you can hear a sort of like a scoff in the back. 350 going once. Going twice. Sold to the puppy. And the Warforged does the same thing and shoots you a little slip of paper. And on it says Secret Ammunition, 350 gold.
I send a message to Saberwolf again. Sorry, I got excited. That we still have 600 that we can pool together for something for you.
Alright. Let's go and see what we can do.
I also have silver and bronze. Copper.
We'll see what good that does here.
The Warforged comes out and he's wearing this, or he's not wearing, he's holding this staff that is a single piece of wood. At the very top, it sort of curves like a cane would, but it's all very like rigid, like a bunch of like, it's not rounded much with the curve. And you can see that currently there's like little budding flowers sprouting off of it and a lot of like green grass at the top. This sort of trickles its way down the shaft of the staff. This is what we have dubbed the Staff of the Four Seasons. It was taken from the Twisted Wood after the Titanians had started their attack on the Ciavitas Empire, and from what we were told, some sort of archdruid was using it to cause a lot of mischief for the Titanians. Ultimately, it was stolen from him, and we sell it here now. I've also been told that this archdruid has essentially been taken out, so you don't have to worry about him trying to find it. It is essentially able to transform as the seasons go on, giving you a wide variety of different spells that you can weave from it. Very, very interesting and rare. We'll start the bidding at 1,500 gold pieces. You see Mary right next to you, Quinn. 1,700 pieces. 1,700 to Mary.
I'm gonna send a message to Quinn saying, don't forget, we can get one item.
Going once.
AFK. Guaranteed.
Hold on, no. What was the number again? What was the number?
1,700.
I guess I'll do 1,008.
1,800 gold to that gentleman that I've never seen before. Mary kind of looks at you side-eyed and goes, "Do you really want that? Are you sure?" 1,900. 1,900 to Mary. I'll take it for 2,200. 2,200 gold pieces to Joker.
Quinn sits down immediately.
$2,200 going once. 2,350 gold. 2,350 to Mary. Do you want it? I'll hold here for you if you wish to make a better offer.
What
Going
was her offer
once.
again?
2,350.
I'm just gonna go ahead and up that by 50.
2,400 to the gentleman I've not met. Oh, but dear, it's far worth more than that, at least. 3,000 gold. 3,000 gold to Elsbeth. She kind of looks back at you and she winks.
I start wagging my tail like, ooh, that's cool.
I've heard great things about this staff. I really would like it. She says to you, Snoopy, as she pets you. $3,000 gold going once. Going twice. Anything from anybody?
I don't want it. Also, out of character, did Joker give us a limit?
No.
Like,
No.
He said you guys could buy one item that's not what you're looking for.
oh, okay, because I thought he put a limit on us. Oh, well,
No.
He also said, he said that the more we spend, the less of a reward we get at the end. Is that, do I remember that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he did, but he also didn't even say what our reward was, so.
Correct and correct.
Don't get
He was mainly wanting you guys to avoid like someone being like, "I'll pay 100 gold for it," and you guys being like, "I'll pay 1,000," because that's what he was trying to get across. Otherwise, you guys pick an item and you can get whichever one you want.
You want it, Quinn, get it, please.
I bet it's pretty badass. I send to him in a message.
so it was at 3,000 you said?
Correct.
I'm gonna do 3,100.
3,100 and giggle.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna 3,100, and then I just stand up and do my hand or whatever.
3,100. And Elsbeth looks back and goes, "Oh, he beat me by 50 gold. Snoopy, do you have any money you can spare me? Maybe an extra 200? I could give you some lovely perfumes that'll help you with your roguing."
I lift up my eye patch and wink at her.
3,300. 3,300 to Elsbeth.
Sorry.
Going once.
I just up it by 100.
Okay. At that point, Elsbeth goes, he's good. He's really good. Sold to that man that I've never met before for 3,500 gold. And the Warforged cocks back his wrist and shoots a little sliver of paper at you.
So as I catch it, I yell, "Woo!" and put both my hands.
Sir, never do that again, please.
Sorry.
This is a professional atmosphere. In fact, how did a child get in here? Regardless, let us continue, shall we? Next that we have, the Warforged comes out, and he has this this sort of metallic rod that has a bunch of like inline skulls going from tip to tip. This is known as the Rod of the Pact Keeper. It was found by someone that betrayed those that gave them power, and they were squashed, literally, by some sort of demon. It was a brutal sight from what I've heard. It helps you keep yourself fresh throughout the day, as well as making your spells easier to convey onto your opponents. We'll start the bidding at 400 gold pieces. The woman next to you, Vikavor, 450. 450 to the lovely lady.
I'll do 500.
500 to the two-faced man. 550. 550 to the lady.
No, like over to the lady, be like, "How bad do you really want this?"
Well, it would help me become more powerful. But if you
Well-
accept our deal, I guess, then perhaps I'll lay off.
If you lay off, I'll strongly consider this.
She kind of glances at you. Deal.
All right. Where did we end the bidding? We were about 550, so 600.
600 to the two-faced man. 600 going once. You see a gentleman sort of in the back by the stairs.
I'll take it for 750.
750 gold to Soren. This guy right here.
Who is that? I'm gonna I'm gonna Snoopy over there.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna just get your attention.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm gonna.
What do you need?
What was that?
What? I send you a message. What's up?
Oh, I was like, you have any gold I could borrow?
I say we have 600 collectively.
I have 750, so we're
Where
at.
the fuck did you get all that? I mean, where the fudge did you get all that gold?
I don't know. I mean, I just thought of it. To be honest with you, most of my gold came on here when I was gone. I just logged on here when I had gold magic.
Oh,
So, what was the bidding at again? Sorry, Brady.
750 going once.
800.
800 to the two-faced man. Suddenly, Vikavor, you hear a voice in your head.
Seems you really want that, and honestly, by the looks of you, you probably need it a little more than me. We'll talk afterwards. Enjoy your prize.
800 going once. Twice. Sold to the man with two faces. You should really go and get that checked out by a doctor.
Nice.
that was a really cool voice.
Glad you like it.
Yeah.
The Warforged palm opens up and shoots a piece of paper right in front of your face, and then it
I'm
walks
gonna
away.
turn my head around. Hope catches.
Okay. Our final item of magical aptitude before we get on to the big prize. The Warforged comes out and he holds his hands up, and they look like these gloves that they're 3 fingers, and they look like a poison dart frog. These are the gloves of Amphisus, or something like that. Why do they make such complicated names? Regardless, after spending some time with these, you become a little stronger at holding people down, and if they don't have armor, this very contact of the skin of these gloves causes poison to seep into their veins, hurting them. We'll start the bidding at 375 gold pieces.
$375.
375 to the lichen. 450. 450 for Sergio. 500. 500 to Stenmeyer.
550.
550 to the cute little dog. 550 going once. Going twice. 575. 575 to Anton.
I look at my girl Elsbeth. Hey, do you have an extra 100 gold for your boy, Snoopy?
Sure. As you were gonna help me, I shall help you instead.
I have some cool trinkets that you might like too, so 600.
600 to the cute little dog. 600 going once. Going twice. Sold! He slams down the gavel. The Warforged takes off the glove, points his palm at you, and shoots you another slip of paper and walks away.
My tail's wagging, and I just like look around. I'm like, man, we just came in here and cleaned up the whole auction.
I'm in the back cracking my knuckles. Yes.
Our final piece of magical item is a slab of jade with very intricate and ancient writings that have yet to been deciphered. The origin of this slab has come from the Guista Empire after it had fallen to the Frost Giants and their demon lord. Apparently, after destroying the castle, it was found in the treasury. Of course, Frost Giants don't care much for ancient artifacts of this stature, especially ones they don't understand, and we lost quite a few folks trying to steal it from their treasure hoard, but alas, here it is. And the Warforged comes out, and it's about the size of his torso, and it's a jade tablet. It looks to be made out of solid emerald, and you can sort of see various sketches and like carvings inside of it. This will start at 100,000 gold pieces.
Wait.
Instantly, Joker raises his hand. I'll take it for 200,000. 200,000 to Joker.
Can I get more after the-
500,000.
500,000 gold to the Golden Magister. You can, but it's because of the lighting and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to see. But you can read some of it, and it's a lot of alchemical writing.
Ready?
500,000 gold to the Gold Magister.
I have a
700. Huh?
I have a question. How much is 500,000 gold? Like in US dollars?
Pretty sure the way you do it is a gold piece is essentially $1.
Oh, okay. I thought they were worth more, but still, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, platinum is essentially $10.
Okay.
Hey Brady.
Yo,
So I know Snoopy's been sending like messages. Is that something that we can all do? Is that just like a spell?
that's
or
a
something?
spell that he has. So, yeah, he's able to start the message, but you can't start it yourself unless you have the message cantrip as well.
Got it.
Okay, I'm gonna Snoopy again across the room.
700,000 gold. 700,000 gold to Martillo.
I send a message to Vikabor. What's up?
Why is Joker bidding on us if we're supposed to be bidding on?
He said he was gonna show interest, but not. He didn't want to make it as obvious that he was really.
900,000 gold.
900,000 to Soren.
950,000.
950,000 to Sablewolf. Or the Lycan. Never mind, he didn't hear your name. Not yet. 1,000,000 gold pieces.
Whoa.
1,000,000 to Rixa. You see Rixa has stood up at this point.
I look over at Elsbeth like, man, these guys have lots of money.
Yes, they do. I wish my sisters had given me a little bit more coin. That seems like a marvelous thing to have.
I'm gonna stand up. 1,050,000.
1,050,000 to the Sentient Warforged. Strange. Does your programming need... never mind. Back to the auction.
These motherfuckers.
2,000,000 gold pieces. Final offer. Anton has stood up. 2,000,000 gold to Anton.
2,200,000.
2,200,000 to the Lycan. Going once, going twice. Sold to the Lycan. Marvelous job. And he starts to clap as well as everyone. That is by far the largest bid ever to come across the Ruby Palace. Your patronage with this item is staggering. The Warforged takes the item and goes to the back. Another one comes out and shoots you the slip of paper. And as he does it, the gentleman right in front of you grabs it out of the air. Listen, friend, I don't think you really need this. Are you sure I could give you probably a whole million worth of gold in exchange? I'll pay for the item, and you have 1,000,000 lining your pockets. Sound like a deal?
Sorry, sir. I need this item.
Excuse me, sir. If you could please give the Lycan the slip of paper. It was just a misunderstanding, that's all. And he hands it to you, and he doesn't, he kind of looks at you, and there's a mask covering the bottom portion of his face, but his eyes are red, and he's looking right at you.
I gently take
then he
the
turns
paper
around.
and adjust my hood.
The next bits are mundane artifacts that have been found throughout the regions, especially the crumbling empires. None of them, from what our researchers say, have any sort of magical properties, but to the collector, these could be worth quite a bit. We will put the whole collection on show. And you see the Warforged come out, set up a little table right here, and they start to put various trinkets. A lot of them look to be like statues that have worn with time. Some of them are ancient coins that, as you look at them, from like the Warforged are kind of going around and showing everybody these artifacts. All of you notice that some of these coins are the same coins that you found in Barovia. There's other trinkets, looks like some sort of like toys that children would play, some blocks that somehow have maintained their shape and don't have any sort of mold to them or anything like that. We will sell each individual piece out about 50 gold start. And as he says that, there's this sort of dark shadow that appears in the middle of the walkway right there. Listen, I beg your pardon, but there's not going to be any necessary need or anything otherwise for you to do something like that. And out of the shadow, let me find his token. There he goes. Out of this dark shadow, a turtle with a large war hammer with all types of runic carvings. His shell has all types of runic carvings. His skin is white, and everything else about him is wreathed in this sort of black. As he walks out of the portal, you can see that his, like, from where his knees below, there's this, like, dark fog that just keeps coming out. Like he's got a fog machine under his shell or something like that. I'll be buying that whole collection if you don't mind. And I'm willing to pay 7,000 gold pieces for it. And the other people are kind of like, I beg your pardon, but I beg your pardon, sir. And as he turns to look at somebody, he looks at this gentleman right behind you, Snoopy. You and Saberwolf see a flash in his eyes, and then as you look at the guy, he starts to cower in fear, and he sort of like scoots over. Sure, you can have the whole lot. I didn't want anything anyway, as I thought. Does anyone else have any objections? Good. 7,000 gold for the lot. Were you about to say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, I do declare I don't.
I do declare.
Well, I do declare. The whole thing, which was probably only worth maybe 1,000 gold, has been sold for 7,000 gold to this very strange individual turtle. The name's Lid, and you'll call me by such from now on. And I excuse your transgression. The Warforged throw a slip of paper, and this, it looks like a mage hand, but it's completely black. It grabs the slip and tucks it away into Lid's shell. I think I'll stay around, see what else you all have on for auction. Otherwise, pleasure to meet all your acquaintances. And he sits right down next to Snoopy, and he takes a look at you. Something strange about this little dog. Why might you be wearing an eye patch, little one? Maybe I should ask your owner.
I asked him, do you think it looks cool?
A talking dog, nonetheless. He kind of like starts to smack his lips a little bit. Very strange times we live in, that's for sure. And he seemingly ignores your question.
I like tilt my head and look at him. Talking turtle. Interesting. Strange world we live in nowadays.
He doesn't seem to pay you any attention as you say that, as the Warforged start to pick up all the stuff. Well, that was actually rather quick. I expected a lot more, but nonetheless, everything is going to be more prosperous for the Ruby Palace. Our final piece of the auction, and you can hear like these curtains kind of rising around the stage in the back. We have various paintings that have been taken from all over the world. They are not titled, but they depict people from those civilizations. Some of them are gone, others still thrive. Each painting will start at 500 gold, and we will start a silent auction. You have 30 minutes before, or 30 minutes to bid. And with that, our auction is almost concluded. Thank you all for showing up, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And he steps to the side, and as the curtain moves, you can see all these paintings. And just because I didn't want to have like random squares, I just made tokens for all of them.
I swear I recognize this boy.
So the ones
Oh,
that look
yeah.
the same or look like my commoner tokens, they're basically it's just like that little boy. It's a painting of a child from some country. The two women are just painting of common-looking women. They don't look anything immaculate like the others. And then there's just a common man. Otherwise, the other ones look like some sort of like probably some sort of like powerful person or something like that.
Oh, he's in the Tomb of Beasts, the Kobold Company's Tomb of Beasts. That's where he's from.
Yes. The turtle stands up and he uses his warhammer kind of as a walking stick and starts to go and take a look at all these things, as do a couple of other patrons. Instead of moving all their tokens, just assume that everybody gets up, starts moving around, and starts to chit-chat and talk like that to each other. They go and look at the paintings. You see in front of each of them is like a table with slips of paper, and people write down their bid and then put it into a bucket in front of the painting. And the Warforged are taking or are keeping a watchful eye on all of the things going on. You can't see their eyes, but you can sort of hear things like moving about inside of their helmet. With that, we will go to the parts of everybody asking specific questions to your NPCs that you're around, if you had anything. So we'll start with Snoopy. You ask how she can speak your language. Well, I am very diversified in what you would call natural magics. That staff that I was trying to bid on, I believe, has very natural sources of magics, and it would have made me much stronger, but unfortunately, that gentleman back there just has so much gold. I might have to talk to him later. Maybe persuade him in other ways to get that item.
I think you have the assets.
Oh, I definitely do. And she winks at you.
I heard about you're part of the Dreadful Seven, which I know about.
Oh, yes. Oh, you've heard of us.
My character has.
That is correct.
So I don't know anything about
You
them.
don't remember?
The Dreadful Seven?
Yeah. The Dreadful Seven, you guys were told from Opal that after meeting Baba Lasaga, aka Strahd's mother, she is a part of the Dreadful Seven. Ooh, thanks, babe.
My sister.
With Baba Lasaga's part of the Dreadful Seven?
Yeah, Baba Lasaga is
like,
part of the Dreadful
he's-
Seven.
So this is kind of like, I didn't expect her to be like one of the most powerful hag grandmas. Me sitting in her lap.
Correct.
So
That's why I was
should be
surprised you
scared.
didn't go, "Oh shit," when I said what she was a part of.
I didn't even like. I was thinking maybe a band of assassins or something. But
Oh,
so
no. Yeah, so
Oh.
she continues to pet you. I'm surprised that you've heard of us. Not many people hear about us and live to tell the tale outside of this kind of sembalence. Where did you hear from us?
Well, really, I only heard of rumors. I, as you would assume, an arcane puppy. I'm able to just get a lot out of people, especially with my roguish charm.
Interesting.
I can't really remember, but I'm surprised that you're here.
Well, I
From
am
what
one of the lowly members of the Dreadful Seven, but I am part of it nonetheless. I may not be as powerful as the rest of them, but I can hold my own. That staff would have helped prosper me maybe to the next level. Now, I hate to be rude, but would you tell me, please, I'm dying to know, where did you hear about us? Or more importantly, who?
I heard about you guys in the Twisted Woods.
The Twisted Woods? But who there would know of us?
Baba Lysaga?
Ah, so she has returned. I thought the rumors were false. But if she actually has returned, why did you talk to her specifically?
You know, it's been a strange couple months for me. I got teleported to a different plane called Barovia, and then when I came back, it was
So
Yeah.
you're the reason that Baba Lysaga yet lives. There is something very special about you.
yeah, so she showed up and like said a couple things to us, and you're much more fun than she is. I'm glad to have met you. You can put in a good word for us if that's possible. We know how powerful you guys are.
I'll be honest. Baba Lysaga had essentially sworn to never leave the material plane unless there was something of the utmost importance. When I heard that she had returned, I didn't really understand what could have brought her here. But I feel like if you... Well, Barovia, did you ever meet Strahd, her son?
Yes, many times.
Well,
We actually
he's not son by
he-
blood, more of the adopted sort of thing, but she is the reason that he is how he is. She
he
gave him
actually
his
has a
powers.
vendetta on us, and
Oh.
me and a couple of my friends, I think we were his like playthings, but he's come back for us a couple times. I don't know where your allegiances lies, but do you know anything about him that might help us in the future?
Well, it sounds like Strahd was being a little spoiled brat who got bested by some folks that he could not keep company of. I don't hold much allegiance to Baba Lysaga. In fact, she's my least favorite of the Dreadful Seven. But I do, unfortunately, still align with her. Don't worry, I will not tell her where I found you, but I will tell you this. In the coming months, eventually she will start to hunt you down relentlessly, so I recommend getting as powerful or as far away from civilization as possible. The things that she has done, civilians don't matter. If you're in a high populous place, I hope you're ready for that blood to be on your hands.
I've had a lot of innocent blood on my hands due to circumstances I couldn't control. But thank you for the warning. I have
You're
one
welcome.
question. You
Yes.
look quite different than the other hags I've met on my journeys. Is this your true form?
No. In fact, I've only shown my true form to a handful of other individuals that have earned my love. But they have all since passed, charming young fellows they were. Otherwise, I like to keep this in hopes of maybe attracting another plaything for a little while before they die off. And she kind of does that little giggle like a woman does where they put like their mouth or their hand over their mouth.
Yeah. Well,
But they all expired after a while, which is very unfortunate, especially to an immortal.
understand. not really. But if I met a nice young bitch,
Can we say?
Yeah, it's what they're called. If I met a nice young bitch.
A nice young bitch.
I'm certain I would outlive her just like you would outlive. But thank you for helping me purchase that item. I was just short on money.
You're quite welcome, dear, and it has been wonderful, but alas, there's nothing else I want. I do not enjoy this part of the auction. Paintings are not necessary. I will be leaving now. And she sort of picks you up and puts her next to her. If you're ever looking for me, perhaps you could find me near the Holly Oak with those old maidens. They're little helpers to one of my sisters there, Innis Craft. I visit her very often, and maybe next time, if you have coin, I could sell you some of my cosmetic line.
I look forward to seeing you there. Bye, Elspeth.
Goodbye,
give her
dear.
I jump back up on her and give her some puppy kisses.
And she scratches you behind the ears, and she kisses you right on the forehead and leaves an imprint of her lipstick. And then she gets up and starts to walk away. She sort of waves like a little slut to some of the guys that are in there, and they kind of like watch her as she leaves, and they're like, "God damn!" But ultimately, she leaves. Next on the list
Jesus.
is
This is not.
yeah.
I wasn't ready.
Kevin.
Ceasing here.
So you ask her if she's a traveler, and she says, somewhat. I come from the jungles down in the south, near the Yodian Empire. At least that's where I was born. But I don't remember much of my childhood. I remember this being shunned, living in a small village outside of the capital. But even then, I lived in a small shack by myself ever since I can remember. No one liked me being around, but they tolerated me because other people didn't want to be near me, so they left our village alone. It was very dreadful times. I've been very lonely most of my life. But this place are full of people that understand me. They understand that I'm not a monster by choice, or a monster at all. It's only the enemies that become stone, and her hair kind of starts to, you can hear like a rattling coming, and all her snake heads like point, and you can see them all like looking for some sort of target. And she soothes each of them, much like I forget what the lady's name in Monsters Inc. is, but she's got like two rattlers, like a ponytail on the back side of her hair.
Mike
Yeah,
Wazowski's
Mike.
woman.
Yep, exactly. They rattle, and
That's
she goes,
Cecilia.
"Oh dear, dear." Sylvia, Cecilia. That's right.
Schmoopsy poo.
Right. Well,
Nuts.
I
fruit and
can
bear.
definitely say I understand that one. I grew up an orphan myself. Didn't have too many friends except the caretaker that was there when I started making my changes you see here.
Yes, I was going to ask you, how did you come? I know that there are folks that are born with it, and others that get bit or clawed by a creature such as yourself. Which happened to you?
Usually, for a werewolf, it's more of a scratch or a bite. In my case, I was born with it. I'm
Oh.
not sure if it was my mother or father, but either way, I'm an orphan.
Well, my condolences to you.
Oh, none taken. You're good. I managed to make a good life out of myself. Traveling businessman. Everything is business for me. Of course, I make a little time for pleasure myself, but not too much time happens.
that makes sense, I guess. Might I ask, from one traveler to another, where has your favorite place that you've traveled to been? And if I haven't been there, I might be going soon.
Honestly, as of recently, the Twisted Wood. Met a lot of folks there that happened to entertain me. Always keep it moving. Been pretty nice folks. Some strong creatures there too, as I do like to fight. As I clench my fist.
Which place did you say again? Sorry.
I just said Twisted Wood.
Okay. Well, sounds like I'll have to go there, preferably after this whole thing with the Titanians stops.
Right. That's why I'm so glad that I got the chance to leave there as soon as I could. Could have been a dirty situation.
Well, my favorite place is where I come from, specifically the capital of the Yodian Empire. The elves have made grand architecture that I've never seen before in any sort of advanced civilization such as theirs. Magic runs the city, and it's quite wondrous as an outsider to see. So, if you ever get a chance, I would drop by.
Sounds like something I might just have to do. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And it was a pleasure, and she holds out her hand, much like a lady would, somewhat expecting you to kiss it.
I go back to my human form and then give a nice kiss to it.
Oh, you're quite cute, I must say. Perhaps we'll see each other on our travels, but I have other business to attend to. Have a wonderful rest of your time at the auction, and it was a pleasure.
Yes, likewise.
Thank you.
I give a wink.
She kind of chuckles, and you can see a little bit of a blush coming on her face, and she leaves. Gerald, are you there?
Yeah.
Expected. Oh, there he is. Roasted. Do you have anything that you wanted to ask Mary or Martillo specifically, or Stenmeyer?
I thought I typed it to you.
Let me look again. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Whoops. I looked at your other message. So Stenmeyer walks up and sits next to you. Your brother Kai, he's become quite the swordsman, I'll be honest. But he was running with a group of random folk that were going through this location that I had been stuck at for hundreds of years. They released me from my coffin thanks to my suite, and he looks over to Mary. And you know, after hundreds of years of being trapped in a coffin without any food, you get a little hungry. And he smiles at you, and you can see his sharp-pointed incisors. And your brother was my first snack in a couple hundred years. And his blood was tasty. I wonder if yours is the same. Lord Martillo looks back behind him. Stenmeyer, hold yourself. We'll feed you when we get back to the palace. But this blood, it was something different about it. Something darker about it. Something that makes my toes curl at the thought of getting another taste. Why do you not know where your little brother is? He was so scared. The look on his face when I took the first bite.
So Quinn starts, gets up and kind of starts to clench his fist.
Oh yes, please. Strike me. Maybe you taste the same. Martillo stands up and he puts a hand in front of Stenmeyer, and all of a sudden Stenmeyer freezes. And you can tell he's trying to say something, but he can't. He's like, That is quite enough. Mary, enough with your card games with this little boy. So far he He is a friend of the Martillo family from this point forward, as long as he takes care of them children. Stenmaier, I make this promise in front of you and everyone else here. Should these children be mistreated, you may have your way with this little Quinn. And he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden Stenmaier regains control of himself, and he's like, and he like snarls at Martillo, and he glares back at him. Yes, Lord Martillo. He looks up at you, Quinn. I do hope those kids stay safe. Mary, let's go. She puts away her cards. Maybe we'll play another time.
Oh, we can't play now? Out of character.
No.
Go
Lord
So they
Martillo
left.
looks you. Yeah, they leave, and Lord Martillo looks at you. I'm assuming you might want some answers. Stenmaier is a vampire. One that I created. And he is a long-life friend of my son, who will be the heir to everything that I own should I die. Perhaps maybe one day I'll introduce you to. I think he could use a friend of his age. But Stenmaier is a rash, brash brute, believe it or not. I will make sure that he leaves you alone, and if he is to find your brother, I will make sure he leaves him alone as well. You have my word as long as you protect those children.
I didn't even get to ask him where he was when they met him.
Well, I could probably give you a hint, as Stenmaier told me that he was somewhere in the Thedora region when he was freed. Otherwise, I could not give you a pinpoint location, and for that I apologize. But I will ask him for you, and I will try to get you that information soon. You have done my orphanage a great service, so maybe this is the least I can do for you. Otherwise, it was a pleasure meeting your acquaintance, and he holds out a handshake.
I reach in for it. Can I still find you at the orphanage?
Every now and then, I try not to show myself too long. I have a lot of enemies in this town, and they would like nothing more than to find out exactly where my assets are. And you watch as he sort of glares up towards who you know now to be Sergio Casero, who is currently talking to some random folks around him right now. Good day, Quinn, and I'm sure eventually we will meet each other again. And he disappears right in front of your face.
Okay, I say, okay, Quinn says, damn it, and then kind of slams his hand on the pew area. God damn it.
Okay.
I get up and walk towards Saberwolf.
Vikavor, was there any questions that you wanted to ask Vure?
Yeah. I was gonna ask her more about what she was wanting. I didn't know how to type. How do you type a message to you?
So there's a couple ways you can do it in Roll20, but I was just gonna have you do it in Discord. But we can just role play it out. So ask your question.
Okay. You talk about Discord. That's why I haven't heard of my phone. So okay.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So what is it that you need for?
Well, I feel that myself, much like you, have found my power through other folks. And the bargain that I struck with mine is not much in my favor anymore, and at some point in time I would wish to break away. But when I do that, I know he will come after me. I just hope that someday I can find someone strong enough to protect me from him. Perhaps aid me in retrieving more power. You and I seem to be cut from the same cloth, in a way, especially since you were seeking that same item that I was.
Would you like to join us in our travel?
She kind of shakes her head and goes, "Perhaps we will meet in another date, but for now there are other leads that I must foresee to see what I can make of myself first.
Okay.
But I guarantee," and she holds out a hand to you, like in a cup, if you, cupping her hand in front of you, "If I could have a lock of your hair, I will be able to find you at a later time. Perhaps you and I alone."
Give me 1 second here. I think I actually might have something to help. You were interested in that staff of the pack keeper. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you're worried about your who you've made an agreement to in the past. I actually have a staff here that is really, really strong at protecting people from certain patrons. And I would be willing to sell it to you for less than you were going to pay for the other one. I don't know. What do you say? 300 gold?
May I see it?
You can. Let me reach in my reaching behind me here 1 second. It looks fairly plain, but that is the magic behind it. No patron will be able to tell the difference. It is. Then I pull up my quarterstaff.
Okay. And she touches it. Go ahead and roll a deception check, please. That is strange. Are you sure it's magical? It doesn't feel like it.
It is magic in the sense that it has power when needed. But until it is needed, it will remain plain.
Very well, sure. And she grabs a coin purse and she starts to take out 300 gold to give to you.
Okay. And I take the gold, I guess.
Okay. And she grabs the quarterstaff. Very well. I will try to figure out its usefulness, but luckily it was binded to you for a time, so finding you later should be very quick and easy. I appreciate it, Vikavor, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. She holds
You're
out
welcome.
her hand like a lady.
Okay. Am I supposed to shake it?
Much like Saberwolf, she's expecting you to kiss it.
Oh, okay. I turn around and I let.
As you do that, she kind of retracts her hand and she's, never mind. And she she walks away. Balrin, did you have anything that you wanted to speak to Basim about?
Yes. So I look at him as, the paintings are coming out and stuff and ask, so have you acquired the knowledge that you were looking to receive?
Oh dear, what the hell?
Oh my god.
Bro, Quinn just starts running all over the place like a child on sugar. That was unexpected.
My bad. I was trying out what you did because on my screen it just went straight to where I wanted it.
Yeah, on my screen it went to all your points.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, he sort of looks around and goes, "Yeah, I found out who I was looking for."
And so,
Or that wasn't the voice I gave him. Yes, I found who I was looking for. Yes, easy. All the crime lords seem to be in this one location right now. But I can't make my move yet. No.
what kind of organization do you work for? If you don't mind me asking.
It's not real safe to say it here. And you see, like as you're looking around, there are a couple people in the pews, like in front of you. And you can see they've got their heads sort of tilted towards you guys. But what I can say is that we're trying to become the best.
Really?
Oh,
I'm
yes.
interested.
You're interested in joining, and you have no idea anything about us. That's perfect. We need people like you.
Well,
Tell you
obviously,
what,
with more information.
where is it that you stay within the City of Guilds, and perhaps we can find you at some point in time?
Brady, so I don't know where you guys have been staying, or if you guys like just arrived.
It is a place called Gnu Inn's Inn.
I tell him just that.
It's like, I know just the place. I've done some work with him. He's a little shady, but gets the job done. I'll be sure to find you.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Same. He walks away. Unless you have any other questions for him.
No, that's about all I wanted to ask.
Whoops.
Okay.
I mean,
What are you shooting quarterstaffs for? You ain't got one no more.
You go to
How
hit
do
somebody
I-
with it.
Yeah, how do I take that out? Trying to figure
The way you do it is, you see that little, so don't click the
Lock
cog.
icon.
You see that little lock icon at the bottom of attacks and spellcasting?
Yep.
When you click that, it unlocks everything, and you click the trash icon.
Okay. So for some reason in my inventory I have two-handed and they're regular.
Yeah, so
So-
it's because the quarterstaff is versatile, so you can use it with one
Okay.
hand or two hand as a melee weapon, so just delete both.
Okay.
No,
Nice.
Vigor was just trying to strike Quinn down as he was sprinting around the room.
Okay.
Oh, so question. I moved to the front of paintings. Can I do I notice anything in particular about the paintings? Is there anything weird about them? Any magic?
So as you're looking at them, they all kind of have the same, like, you know how when you go to Disneyland and the people paint you in
Mhm.
wacky ways and you just kind of sit there? So
Like
all of
caricatures.
these folks that, caricatures, except for these are very lifelike, they're very realistic. Obviously they're all, like, as you're looking at it, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
As you're getting a little closer and looking at it and sort of like just taking in all the detail, just from naturally breathing, you can smell that the paint is pretty fresh, probably painted within the last couple days. And you're like, well, that's weird because all of these look so good. And you look at each and every one of them, and each and every one of them have been painted in the last couple days.
All right. I don't know if I should probe further or not. I'm gonna be able to go over to Snoopy. Hey, Snoopy and Saberwolf, these paintings look fresh. They've just been done recently. Did he say how old they were?
Yeah,
So
he
you're-
said that they were paintings taken from all across the world, essentially. Some of them are a lot older and ancient than others, and they would be essentially a good place for a collector to start.
Sounds a little bit fishy. I don't know if that's any of our business.
You're used to seeing me like happy and excited, and I have this like my tail is flat on the chair, like tucked underneath me, and I'm just like looking straight forward, just petrified.
You all right there, Snoopy?
I don't even notice.
I'm gonna go ahead and slap him. Can I slap Snoopy?
Sure.
Okay. I slapped you.
Okay.
So he snaps you out of it.
Oh.
I guess I'm confused at why he's able.
You bite
I
him.
bite her. Yeah.
You get bit, Vikavor, as you smack Snoopy. 22 does hit you, so you take 3 chompy damage.
Okay, how far do I have to be for
How far do you have to be for
Fine.
what?
to use Eldritch Blast?
I mean, you can be anywhere between right in front of them to. I think you're only 120 feet. I don't think you took the long range one.
Okay.
But within 5 feet of any adversary, ranged attacks are at disadvantage. So keep that in mind.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, ouch, Snoopy, what's your problem?
And I that like kind of snaps me out, and I just like I do the turnover like I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I'll tell you later.
I'll lean over to both of them. Hey,
You have no
quit messing it around.
idea. We were all
Okay. I'm gonna walk off, like
so much danger.
pissed off, shaking my head. I want to talk to. Can I talk to the auctioneer guy right here?
Sure.
And I go back to staring off.
Ah, Two-Face! Hello!
Hello, hello. So you said these paintings some of them are pretty ancient, right?
Yes, correct. Some of them are a lot older than others, but they're all in very good shape.
Very interesting. Are any of them newer, like more than 2 days, or 2 or 3 days? Or,
No,
yeah.
no, not at all. They've all got some age to them. And if you can look,
Alright.
if you look really closely, you can see the strokes have a little bit of spunk to them.
Very nice, very nice. I appreciate your auctioneering today.
And I appreciate your deep pockets.
All right. Well, I kind of do a little bow, and kind of back away, walk away.
Hey, Brady, is that Lycan guy still here?
Yep, he's up there talking to a bunch of people.
Where is he located?
He is up. Oh, get back zoomed in. He is up here, to the bottom left of the map.
Okay. I walk towards him.
All right. As you start coming up the stairs, 2 men get in front of you, and they're like, "Oh, let him through. He's one of us. Can't you see?" Yes, sir. Come, have a sit, boy. Let's discuss why you're out in the open in your current state.
Well, I happen to be a lot comfortable with my state, living with it so long.
It's not really about comfort, not in this town anyway. Things you gotta understand. Some people want you dead just from looking that way. Others want you dead because they think you're part of my crew, and I know for a fact you're not. So I think maybe for your own benefit, maybe adhere to the side of caution. A little more than you're used to in the City of Guilds.
That's fair enough. How often do you see a Lycan with a mask on, though?
I'll be honest, not at all. You're the first. Might I ask what exactly it is you like that thing for?
I'm what you call a luchador. Professional
A
wrestler.
lucha who? Interesting.
Yes. I usually I travel. Entertainment's my capability, but I can be a hired muscle whenever needed.
Interesting indeed. Hired muscle, you say? How about this? Full moons are coming in about 6 days, or at this point, 5 days from now. How about you come by the quarantine? Once you get there, drop your facade, show your true self, and we'll let you in. You can bring your friends you came with too. We'll make sure not to harm them. And we can talk a little more in private there, amongst some of your own kind.
I think I'd like that a lot. We could do that. And,
Perfect. Well,
excuse me, your name?
call me Sergio, of the Casero family.
Sergio. My name is Saberwolf.
Pleasure to meet you, Saberwolf.
Alright. Can I reach out for a handshake?
He grabs it, and his is a lot stronger than yours. Like, he grabs down, and he's expecting, like, resistance, and then he kind of smirks a little bit, and he's like, you've got a lot to learn. You're just a pup.
Yeah. Hopefully I can learn a little more when that full moon comes.
Maybe.
Well, I'll leave you to it. It's nice to meet you.
And he nods at you as you start to leave. And his men, you can see one of them, they have these sort of like cat eyes to them. The other one's got like their face from their nose to their chin is a little more elongated than normal.
Strange.
Quinn, what do you do after going up to Saberwolf?
I'll just walk over to him since he's over there.
We need to talk.
What did you find out?
I want to state this to the whole group, so we need just whenever we get done, we need.
All right. Well, I'm not too sure how long this is gonna go on, but
5 more minutes to place your bids on the paintings. Afterwards, it will be tallied up, and the winners will be called to the back individually.
Well, sooner than expected. All right. I'll rest with the others, and then I guess we can leave all together when we're finished. Oh, by the way, let me get that. Well, I think it's best for you to stay with us because we have to divvy up that gold.
Does anyone wish to place any silent bets on any of the paintings?
Now that you ask.
Okay. Before we get to the next part, let's take a quick fiver. I need to use the potty, so I'll be right back.
And do the same.
Saberwolf still here?
I don't think he is.
He's not. His accent, is that a permanent thing or just now?
I think he's just doing it to like throw people off here.
right. Because he's throwing me off.
I know. Way different.
I tell you, we're into some shit. We are into some shit.
I know Brady said Dreadful 7, and I'm like, it didn't click because there's no way I would have thought that one of the like most dangerous people are just chilling in this room.
It took a specific liking to you.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're cool with her. That's cool.
Very true.
Okay, I am back.
Could have gone
Did anyone
so
leave
much-
or?
I
No.
think Kevin left, but he's back already.
They're also here.
Gerald's already always
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, Gerald's always gone. See? I will go ahead and show you guys the items that you have obtained.
Ooh, goody.
So if you go to your, what's it called? Your journal, go to the items tab and go to obtained 2. I am making them all viewable as of now. I'll show them to all players, and then you guys can tell me exactly who gets which ones, I guess, attuned to them if they require attunement. I think the only thing that doesn't require attunement are those is the seeker ammunition.
That would be so bad. Ammo that requires attunement, unless it'd have to be really good. Ooh, the rod of the Pack Keeper is pretty cool.
Nice.
Man, these gloves are about to. Man, I can't wait.
Gerald,
Oh, that's really, really good.
Which one?
Yours, you can just get a spell slot. An
I
extra
know.
slot is huge.
That's freaking
I know.
crazy.
That's why I was begging for it before. Alright. And I don't even need to borrow any gold now because I just need to scam my way around.
Yeah, I just need a little
Oh,
help with it.
plus Staff of the Four Seasons at +2.
yeah, it's strong.
How does
And an extra 1d8. Dang, that thing's good.
Holy
so-
shit.
I have a question. So for the rod of the Pack Keeper, the +1 to bonus to spell attack rolls, is that like an automatic thing, or I just need to remember it every time?
I'll update your sheet accordingly for you.
Okay.
And this, for the purposes of the seeker ammunition, anything that has the ammo property, aka the crossbows that you guys have, or the pistol, the ammunition can take shape of anything that you need. So,
Oh man.
yeah, both Snoopy and Balrin will definitely be able to get to use it. We will go ahead and proceed forward. I'm sure Gerald is going to be back here shortly, but the next part, Jacqui goes, "All right, well, that's all the time that we have. If you have not won anything, and if you are not," and he starts naming off some names, "then please go ahead and leave, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you again for your patronage, and have a wonderful night." And as he starts to walk down the center of the aisle, he cuts to the right, and he goes behind some closed doors. The Warforged all start to sort of assemble near those doors, and you can hear a couple of them say,
"If you have a ticket, please proceed to the back."
All right, Quinn, let's go.
Pretty sure all of you, except for Balron, technically has the ticket, correct?
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Brady.
I'll move
this
you to the back.
crossbow, can I
Huh?
wield it? Can I wield this hand crossbow?
Yeah.
So it's a normal hand crossbow other than with the additional feature.
Exactly, yeah. So you can wield it normally, or you can use it with its special sort of function.
Sweet.
Let me bring
I
a
think
couple other tokens. Let's see, we'll put this guy back there. Okay, so as you guys go back, Jacques looks at all of you and goes, "All right, well, the easiest one to get past is going to be... oh, and the turtle's back there too. The items, very simple." And a few of the Warforged start to open up the crates and grab the items, and they hand all the magic items to you guys. Congratulations! For the gloves, your bet was 600 gold.
600. Like off character. So how much do you have, Joe?
I think didn't I buy these?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone
I
did.
had to figure out how much I need to get.
I have the ticket, so I have. Where'd my character sheet go?
Yeah, because I have to get 450 for.
I have a total of 891.
Okay. I'm gonna have like, I should have like 150 after I pay for what I pay.
So I'll go to 291 after the gloves.
Right.
Yeah, the
Alright, so-
items that you guys bought. Let me bust out the good old calculator real quick, just to make it a little faster. So 350 for
supposed-
the ammo, 800 for that rod, 450 for the Vigilus, and 600. So a total of 2,200 gold from the party.
Okay, I have the 800 for mine.
Okay.
I'm dropping that. I'll drop my entire 600.
Okay. Your entire 600 pays for the gloves. Your entire 800 pays for the rod. So someone subtract 450 and 350 for the other two. Or any combination of subtraction from your character sheets to make sure it's paid for.
How
So
much
who-
is outstanding? It's the crossbow and the glove.
Yeah, the
ammo?
crossbow and the ammo, which is 800 gold left.
Oh, I'll pay for all that.
Okay. And then Quinn, you have the satchel that Joker gave you. He holds out the Staff of the Four Seasons. 3,500 gold, please. Which
yeah, I'll just reach into the thing and put it up.
yeah. You reach in and you say 3,500 and you sort of pour it and it just starts to pour out. And he's like, ugh! He grabs another bag and he's like, what's in? Oh, it's one of those. Quite nifty for holding a lot of coin. No wonder we couldn't hear it when you walked in. And now for the emerald tablet. 2,500,000 gold pieces, please. I'll assume you're using... Are you using the same satchel?
Yep.
He grabs it and he sort of shakes it. Balance! And it says 14 million gold pieces. Oh, you are quite the entrepreneur. Withdraw 2,500,000. And you watch as it duplicates itself. And he grabs the one that's a little bit smaller and hands you the other one. Just to make sure, balance. 2,500,000 gold. Perfect. Well, here's your emerald tablet, and it's actually quite large. It's bigger than Snoopy is, which I assume all of you are a group. You seem friendly enough to each other.
I walk over. I'll keep hold of it.
And the
I
Warforged
wanna
hands it
go-
to you.
Oh, sorry. I want to go and grab the little satchel from whoever has it. I want to say withdraw 1 gold.
Okay. So you grab it from Quinn, and it pops out a single gold piece. And as you do that, the gentleman behind you with this mask, he looks at you and goes, I'd put that back where you came from if I were you. I know exactly whose satchel that is, and they won't like being stolen from.
I put 2 gold pieces back in.
Oh. Oh, a contributor. Well, thank you all. You may leave. Now, who bought the painting of the young elven girl? The Dragonborn walks up. I did. Fetch her, please. The Warforged walks to the other side, opens a door, and brings out the person that painting was made after. She is in shackles. She is in common cloth.
I knew it.
And it gets thrown forward, and the Dragonborn has this big smirk. Perfect. I've been looking for a slave that looks like you. We've got a lot of stuff to do. She looks somewhat malnourished, but she's still pretty beautiful. And then he starts going down the list. What about the elven woman with silvery hair? The human girl with red hair? The merfolk with green hair? And various people come up and they start to essentially flesh out these mostly women, but there are a couple of children, and there's also a single man. The common folk are just that. They're common people that have been picked up by the traffickers. And the one thing I need all of you to do real quick is a perception check.
Do I need to since I'm not back there?
Dang it, I should have
No, not you.
Okay.
Okay, so Ethan and Gerald, you guys both notice a sort of like tattoo right on the back of their neck, essentially, right in between the shoulder blades. As you're looking, you see. Let's see if I can just bring out this the picture itself and show you. Doesn't look like it. How upsetting. Oh well. You see this symbol on the back of their necks. The only person that would possibly know what this is Snoopy, but he didn't notice it.
Okay, because I noticed it, so I can be like, hey Snoopy, do you see that weird symbol on the back of their neck? It was like
Sure,
a skull with 2
metagamer.
hands.
Just joking.
What do you
That's a little
mean?
meta.
Isn't that how it works or no? Like you see it and then you can say
It can,
no?
yeah. But
Okay,
you just
no, I
start
don't-
going, hey, you see that symbol, guys?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna describe
The
it.
gentleman with the mask comes up behind you. I'd leave it alone, pal.
You're standing
Unless
a
you
little
wanna
bit
be
too close for
next.
comfort.
Do I notice it now?
You do. And
I
with
know?
your backstory, you know that this is an organization known as the Black Hand. They are essentially, you've heard of them from essentially every place that you traveled with your pirate crew. The Black Hand has been mentioned in various table talk and conversation with your mates. And they're not somebody that you want to get on the bad side of.
Can you show the leader real quick? Cause he was there.
He was.
Okay, cool. I was making sure that was him.
He's the leader of the Black Hand.
Correct.
How many BBEGs do you have planned for this damn campaign?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I think we've met 4
What's a
of them.
big bad evil guy?
Well, today we met Strahd. We saw Strahd. We saw the people for the Titanian Empire. We
Technically, it's
saw
1 o'clock in the
Bob-
morning now, so it is the next day.
in the past 25 hours.
I know, right? In 25 hours, you guys have seen a lot of people.
We met 2 of the Dreadful Seven. And
What?
the Drought.
The folks get out of your way to allow you to leave. So all the goal, I'll put you guys at the front. Are there any other folks in this location that you would like to talk to before you head out?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh wait. There was that dark guy over here. I'm gonna just
Oh, this
talk
guy?
to him. Yeah, I'll keep it short, guys. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to him and be like, "So, what was your interest in that staff?"
Well, very much the same as yours, friend. It would power me up a little bit, give me a little bit more oomph. Just by looking at you, I can tell that you're a one-liner kind of guy. Am I right?
I'm not really interested in talking right now. I just kind
He
of
gets really close to your face.
Hey, he called him out. That man had to leave. He's like... That man had to leave fast. Hey, he called him on his bluff. I'm not interested in talking. Straight leaves.
Bro, that's too good.
Oh, I'm done. My bad. That's not supposed to be that funny, but oh my god.
Oh man, that's gonna go down in history. You're a one-liner kind of guy, aren't you? Oh, well, bye.
That man went pussy real fast. He's like, I don't want to talk no more. Oh, my thighs! Oh, shit!
That's perfect. God damn.
You're a one-liner kind of guy, aren't you? Like what?
Roasted.
Oh, bro.
I gotta clip that. That's it. 2 hours and like 26 minutes, bro. Oh man. 2 hours 26.
That man said, I'm not interested in talking no more.
Oh boy.
It's
I'm
my,
sweating,
it's
bro.
my- I
I'm
know,
over
I
here
am
in
too.
tears right now.
It's part of my character development. He just gets more and more short with everybody. He's like, okay. I'm not done with you.
Oh man, I can dig it. I'll keep it short, guys. Don't worry. You're a one-liner kind of dude. All right, peace. That was damn.
Straight leaves. Oh.
I'm gonna I'm gonna look back over at that guy, and I'm just gonna hold up the staff of the pack keeper that I have now, and kind of wave it up in the air at him, smirking as I walk away.
He kind of nods at you, and you hear a voice in your head.
Keep waving it, and perhaps I'll take it from you later.
It's kind of shrug and look forward.
Bro, I needed that. I needed that. That was great.
All right, I don't have anybody else I want to talk to. Everybody here is kind of a dick.
Facts. Hold on, so everybody has their stuff and we're leaving, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Also, Brady, what season is it?
Currently, it is spring.
And with these items, do we have to attune to these?
Correct. So once you guys take a long rest, because I'm fairly certain y'all are about to, you'll be able to attune to it. So I guess real quick, I don't think there will be much discussion, but there could be maybe. What items do people want to attune to? I already have an idea of who wants what.
I want the gloves.
Yeah.
What's what?
Yeah,
That's not what I expected.
I was about to say I absolutely want those gloves.
You fuckers don't even get close to people.
We're about to have a brawl here in the middle of the auction house.
Oh, man.
I want the gloves, don't me.
Somebody's getting flung.
Can I Brady, can you post up the other staff?
What other staff?
One that Vicavor has. I didn't
Yeah,
get
it's
to
the
read
Rod
it.
of the Pack Keeper. Should be right underneath the staff.
What it is.
Yeah. So if you go to all these items, will be seen by all of you under the items tab under Obtain To. That'll be where all of your items that you as a group have gotten, and I make separate notes to determine who is either attuned or who currently has possession of the item.
Okay.
The Rod of the Pack Keeper, I'm assuming,
Cool.
goes to Ethan because he's the only warlock.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I honestly, those ones are, I know exactly. The staff goes to Gerald. The hand crossbow, I'm assuming Snoopy, right?
Yeah, and I'll give 20 of the ammunition to Valrin.
Dope.
Okay. So add on your sheet there, Balrin, as well as you, Joe. Make like a second, or make an additional like slot, and show how many shots of that you have, and just keep track if you use it. And to make it easier, whenever you want to use it, like you don't have to unload your weapon and be like, "Oh, can I use this ammo?" And yeah, you got to use your action to reload. But I'm not gonna do that because that's dumb. So if you're using that specific shot, make sure before you roll your damage and stuff like that, just to let me know.
It's not an attack roll anymore, is it?
I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure it works kind of like Magic Missile in a way.
Cool.
And Kevin's got the gloves, I assume. Apparently, the gloves are a hot commodity.
No, I need that.
I was just teasing. That's 100% tailored for him.
All right. So yeah, for the ammunition, you just have to tell me that you're using it, and your character would say seek, and then I'll roll the dexterity save, and I'll give both of you a macro on your tokens that roll the lightning and piercing damage for the ammo.
Coolio. Well, that'll apply my sneak attack as well, correct?
I believe so.
Unless that crossbow makes some sort of noise while it's moving, like.
Well, I guess it really depends. It depends on the, like, if you guys are in the middle of combat and they start running away, I think it'll apply the same sneak attack. Like, you have to have advantage on the attack, or like your swashbuckler stuff. or not swashbuckler, your blink stuff that gives you your sneak attack. So the same thing have to apply. I
still
don't
only get
know
it
if
once
being
per turn,
unseen.
so
Yeah.
no,
Man,
people either have to be within 5 feet, blink for melee, or have advantage. Those are the stipulations.
Okay. So yeah, if you have advantage on the attack, which gonna be hard to get that, there will be ways. I'll make sure that there's ways to get your sneak attack to it.
It'll have to be proximity, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if there's anybody next to the person in combat, then I get sneak attack. So
Yeah.
just send Goofy and the crossbow out there and.
Exactly. Roasted.
man, when you made the sound of the ammunition flying through the air, I just thought of like a bullet flying through and like it making the sound of like Zoidberg.
Zoidberg. Okay. So as you guys exit, you see all the people kind of spreading out and they're going to various portals. But you see Warforged are essentially, like, you can see these blue lasers scanning everybody to make sure they go through the proper portals and don't go somewhere else. You do see somebody try to go to another portal, and the Warforged catch him, and they end up tossing him to the middle. And more Warforged start, like, there's a lot of Warforged out in this courtyard. There's probably about 30 of them, and they all look exactly the same, and they're all just following the orders and preventing people from using this auction as a way to essentially fast travel to different locations. Obviously, it's not allowed. So as you guys see the portal you came through, what do you do?
I guess we're going back, right?
Do we see any other people ahead of us going through it that we might want to be like kind of wary of?
You see, I'll put the people that are specifically coming, going where you are, in the front of. So in the very bottom of the map, the people that are heading to the location you're going.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm good. Unless somebody has to say otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, we have to head through that portal. I was just looking to see, like, just kind of to make sure that we weren't going to get, like, ambushed or anything for this tablet.
As you guys are starting to leave, you hear that turtle coming up. Excuse me for just but a moment. Wanted to speak to you real fast, if that's okay.
How may I help you?
Well, pardon my intrusion, but I'm just a little bit curious of the oddity that you hold there in your hand. Might I take a good gander at it real quick before I never see it again?
Sorry, sir. Must get going.
Oh, well, I guess I've been a little bit too much trouble. Well, you all have a wonderful time at the City of Guilds, and perhaps maybe one day we might run into each other again. Maybe then you'll have changed your minds. It was a wonderful time meeting you, Mr. Sable Wolf, Vicavor, Snoopy, Quinn, and Bowron. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and make sure you stay out of harm's way. I feel object worth 2.5 million gold pieces is probably highly sought after. Be sure ashamed to see it go missing. You see him walk towards a portal that has a bunch of sand. All you can make a perception check to see if you can sort of tell where it's going.
Jesus.
Wow. Fitting. It's going, well, Quinn, you're able to tell just because of how close in proximity to it is where you were learning your druid craft, this is the Ziradel capital. And the turtle walks through the portal and disappears out of sight. Well, I want to congratulate you all on your purchase. I was really hoping to be able to get it myself, but, well, to the victor goes the spoils. Joker walks through the portal.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to Saberwolf, like, kind of wave Snoopy over too. Snoopy. And I'm gonna. Well, actually, I'm gonna wave him over here, kind of away from everybody else. Nobody else can hear us talking. So.
There are a lot of people still straggling around.
And I'm gonna be like, I guess I'll just say, hey Snoopy, let's talk mind to mind for a second here. I say that out loud though.
What's up?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm like, are we worried about anybody stealing this from us as we go through the portal?
A fool wouldn't be.
Okay, because I could make Saberwolf invisible, and nobody would see him coming through. And he can still carry it when he's invisible.
That's probably a good idea.
You think so? Why don't you let?
Be a bad idea.
I'm gonna let you talk with Saberwolf and see what he thinks, I guess.
I send a message to Saberwolf. Vikavor is gonna make you invisible. You cool with that?
What's the reason?
Just in case there's people trying to get at that tablet as we go through this portal.
Smart. I think that's best. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk back to Snoopy again. I guess we can be mind to mind again. But I'm like, do we want to do that here, or what should we do?
I don't know. Maybe maybe just go off in a corner and do it when nobody's really looking. If most people see, it should be fine.
True. Okay, I'm gonna wave Saberwolf over here, kind of out of the way of everybody else.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna touch him and make him invisible, I guess.
Okay. So as you touch him, make him invisible, you hear like a sound coming from your right. And you look over and you can see the eyes of the Warforged are all red, and they all start to turn red.
Oh,
and
shit.
Saberwolf, you start to move and stuff, and the Warforged are able to keep track of your movements.
Okay, that's fine. Care about that. Alright. Alright, are you guys ready to go through the portal?
Yep.
Okay. Let's all go through.
You guys walk out of the main sort of foyer, and you see all those portals. Various people are going through them. All the Warforged at this point have their eyes red, as they've seen someone cast a spell, and they start to scan. As Saberwolf walks ahead, you guys can't see him, but all of a sudden this blue light starts to scan him, and he's confirmed and walks through the portal, and the rest of you walk through as well. And you pop out right back where you were, right outside of the place known as the Ruby Palace within the Golden Square. You still see that gentleman that's standing outside. He's leaned up against the wall, and he looks at all of you. Well, did you all have fun? Doesn't seem like you bought any paintings. What a shame. I was wondering what they had today.
Nope.
Well, go on, Git. No need to be standing around here. Don't you know how this works? Go.
All right, see you then.
I sit.
They don't see me, but I begin walking towards something.
Okay. You guys hear Saber Wolf's footsteps. You hear the guards go. You hear that? Is someone there? I'm just kidding.
No. Hey, I will literally respond with it. No, I am just a pigment of your imagination.
Okay. So as you guys exit, you see there's a couple folks that are sort of like they're walking casually through different alleyways, not together or anything like that. But as you guys come out of the alleyway, sort of in the center courtyard of this place, where there's like this clock tower, you see the shadow of a man step out into the moonlight, and it's Joker. And he just kind of looks at you and makes sure that you see him as well. You can hear from across the way. And as he steps back into the shadow, he disappears.
I guess that's the message. We'll see him first thing in the morning, I guess.
He's so cool.
Yeah, I guess we
What
go
is the
back.
party? Yeah, do you guys head to the inn then?
Yeah, I
let's
think so.
go straight home.
Okay.
Don't stop for ice
There
cream.
are a couple of carts that run this late into the evening. You guys are able to hail one, and someone can spend a gold to get you there. Otherwise, it's a pretty lengthy walk.
Vicabor's got it.
Don't worry, I got plenty gold.
Okay. It only takes about 20 minutes in the cart, and the gentleman doesn't really say anything to you guys, except for where you headed. Oh, Guineans and go. And then he starts going. And you get there, and everything is left just as you, or everything is as you left it. Each of you have your own room. You don't see, you see somebody sitting up at the front counter, some middle-aged fellow. He's currently reading a book, and as you guys come in, he looks up and, late night for you all, He's just reading a book.
I am outrageously tired.
Which one of you saying that? None of your mouths are moving, yet I hear voices. Are you playing tricks on me? This is...
Maybe you're just a little tired.
I
You're here.
apologize.
Perhaps.
My voice box goes a little wonky sometimes.
Interesting. A warforged with a wonky voice box. Perhaps you should go to Gerhard up at the Warforged. He's a little north of here. He could probably take care of that for you. And this happens to be the gentleman that fixed your bum leg. Balrin, so you know him.
I'll keep that in mind.
As they're talking, I do this noise.
He kind of looks up over his glasses, and he's like, "This place has always been haunted, I swear it." And he goes back to reading his book.
I begin walking towards me and Snoopy's room.
I'll open the door.
Okay, you guys can RP before taking a long rest if you wish.
Hey, what does it say? Let's look at it.
I'm gonna. How do I Can I just break concentration? Is that just like a thing I can do?
Yep. Yeah,
So
you
it's not-
just end anything that's concentration. You can end it at any point in time. It doesn't require anything from you to do so.
As I
Alright,
come out of invisibility, I just go like. All right. What is this thing anyway? Why does everybody want it so much?
I don't know. Can we read it?
Yes, we can. So I go up to it and I start reading it.
Okay. As you start to read it, Vikavor, as you're getting you're starting to read from left to right, and it's not making any sense to you. So you start trying different methods, going up and down. You get halfway down the first column and take 22 points of psychic damage as the words start to attack your mind. And you can hear a voice in your head going, weak, weak, weak. Like a bunch of different tones of the same voice, and it's like racking your brain, and you kind of you grab your hair and you start pulling, you're like, ah! You're like screaming. And your friends are kind of just watching helpless as you're over here getting hurt from reading this tablet.
I grabbed the tab
But
from him.
what you are able to tell is that this tablet is not the only one. You can't tell the exact number because of what you read, but you can definitely tell that there are different pieces to this single puzzle. Without all of them, you stand the chance to shatter your mind.
Jeez. Okay. All right. So I'm just
I'm
sitting
over
there.
there doing a Snoopy laugh. Try
What is
again.
Try again.
Yeah, his mind is fractured enough.
I think it's a trap that you can only spring once. You should try reading it again. Trust me, I know the trap.
Well, Snoopy, if you say so, and then I don't do it.
He looks at it, but he keeps his eyes up at the top.
I have a question. So, the tablet itself, is it like carvings on the tablet?
Yes.
Okay. I want to.
Yeah, so it's made out from what it looks like, it's a solid chunk of emerald. And it's got carvings all throughout it. There are some, obviously, as you're sort of running your fingers over it, especially you, Saberwolf, after carrying it, there are a bunch of carvings. The carvings are in various sizes. Some of them are larger, which Vikavor, you notice the larger symbols are essentially like the headline or the section head of this part, and then there's a bunch of smaller text underneath. So it's a hefty tome. Like this sucker is almost like a 200-page book from what you can see at surface value.
Okay. I want to take my paper out and my pencil from my forgery kit, and I want to put the paper over it and run my pencil to trace it onto paper.
Okay.
Like basically all of the characters, and then I want to put that away, roll it up, put it away.
You guys watch as Vikavor puts the emerald tablet down, and he puts a scroll across it, and you watch as he's taking his paints and stuff, and he starts to trace everything. He gets about to the same spot.
Damn it.
And then you take
27
points of psychic damage as the tablet attacks your mind again. Weak.
Alright, you said 27?
You guys watch as he's doing this, and he just stop. Yeah, 27. And he stops and drops his pen and grabs his hair again, and he's like, oh!
Did I get any of the tracing done or no?
You got portions. The portions you were able to read, you were able to trace that same part. Essentially, it doesn't give you any concrete special information, except for it's almost like the foreword of a book, how it's really pointless.
Yeah. Okay.
And obviously, as you started to get to more of the secrets, it started to attack your mind.
Try again.
I'm gonna go ahead and place the tablet down in front of Snoopy and be like, "All right, I'm done with this
Real quick, let me have Saberwolf roll Arcana.
What about your puppy boy that's proficient in Arcana? Actually, I don't know.
Well, since
I
Kevin
am.
was the one carrying it, that's why. As you were
fair.
carrying it, you felt an immense power coming from this tablet on your way back to the inn, and as you got about halfway to your destination, you started to hear whispers, and you being invisible, no one noticed you like looking around to see if anything was there, but you started to see like these emerald like shapes, almost like ghosts, except for they're emerald in color. They started to essentially like multiply and start peeking out of the corner of your eye, but when you look, they disappear, and you can hear in your head, weak, but very softly, and only from holding it.
Anybody else want to take a gander at that tablet?
Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't look like all that much fun.
All right, we're just gonna put this under here then, and I start sliding under the bed I'm sleeping
Hey,
on.
Quinn. Can I see that pouch?
Yes.
And take the pouch. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I say withdraw 2.5 million.
Okay. And it duplicates itself into another sack of 2.5 million gold.
I am gonna dump the 2.5 million gold into the bag, the other bag.
Alright, so you open up the other bag and you start dumping it, and you're just watching. It takes probably upwards of like 30 minutes. Yeah, it takes like 30 minutes. You guys just watch this bag just flowing, like belching out gold pieces, and Snoopy's just like, his eyes are really wide. He's like, oh, he takes his eye patch and like lifts it up so he can see with both eyes what's going on.
Nice. Can we consider that a short rest?
We're gonna take a long
I believe
rest
you've
here.
taken your short rest for the day, so you're about to be taking your long rest.
Oh yeah.
Don't we
true,
get
okay.
2 a day now?
Huh?
Do we get 2 short rests a day or just 1?
Yeah, you still get 2 short rests a day. You still get one long rest, I believe, every 18 hours now, since it shortened the time of how long it takes. So it only takes 6 hours for long rest. And you get your full rest whenever you want to do it. And when you're doing the full rest, usually it takes at least a whole 24 hours. Sometimes it takes more, depending on how beaten up or the location that you guys are in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
Cool.
one thing, Swaff, that we changed as well. We're doing some homebrew resting system. I'll explain it after the session, which we're coming up on. But essentially, the way I think about it is doing the full rest, since it does take a 24-hour period of you guys not really doing anything like combat-wise. It's like more like literally lounging around, maybe going and doing a little bit of errands. If you guys want to do your full rest, you could, over the course of the week, you could tell me the different various things that your character might want to go and try to do
Like
during
during
the day. Yeah,
Oh,
during
okay.
the rest.
Okay, yeah, I read through it a little bit of what you posted, but yeah, I was gonna ask if you could go over that a little bit more. So yeah, we can go
Okay,
over that.
yeah. So you guys
So
doing
anyway-
long rest or a full rest?
So, Brady, when the last piece of gold falls out, I want to put, like, does the bag stay?
No.
So the last gold falls out and then the bag disappears?
Yep.
Oh, dang. So,
What if you
usually
just
be,
put
like,
one gold in it?
pretty disappointed after waiting for the gold to spill out for 30 minutes and thinking I was going to get this cool coin purse.
What if we
I'll have to stick with my human skin coin purse.
What if we let all but one of the gold pieces fall out?
Yeah.
And one of our gold pieces in, and then we'd have our own bag.
Exactly.
I'll try that.
All right, so you just do you withdraw 1 gold and then you deposit a gold into that one, but you keep the other one.
Yeah.
So basically, I get however much it takes to duplicate the bag, and then put all but 1 piece into the back into the big bag, and then I put
Okay.
one of my pieces into it.
Okay. So you do that, and you have 2 bags now. You ask for the balance of one of them, and it says 1 gold piece. You ask for the balance of the other, and it's like 14 mil or whatever I had said. And it's the exact as it was before you took out that gold piece, and you have 2 bags.
Can we do that for all of us?
Sure. You guys go through the motions, and all of you currently have a pouch that holds at least 14 million gold pieces in it.
Damn.
Well, you can never have too many sacks.
So is that something we can add to it? Like add to our
Sure.
items? Pouch of...
Yeah,
up
go
to
ahead
14
and
gold?
yeah, go ahead and add pouch of gold. And what I need you to do is keep track of how much gold is in it at all times, please.
See, now I'm a little worried that they can withdraw from it. But it's good to have.
Okay. For the record, I'm not currently using mine. I'm just holding on to it.
Well, if you don't use it, it's not gonna stay.
So you've got. So then just make sure
Well,
that
it
it
has-
says that it has 1 gold piece in it.
Yeah, with 1 gold.
And we are coming to the close of tonight's session, so if you guys have any final RP that you want to do before at least going to sleep, if you guys wanted to decide by Wednesday if you want to do a long rest or a full rest, you can do that, and then we can actually like role play. If you want to, we can role play through your full rest activities, as long as it's not a lot of stuff. I'll leave it up to you guys. But when you're done RPing, let me know and we'll end the session. Otherwise, have at it.
So the tablets in Saberwolf's room, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna look at Saberwolf and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you mind if I stay in here tonight just to help guard the tablet?"
Yeah, don't mind if you go ahead. Help yourself.
All right, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
cozy up in the corner and just kind of sit down there and start my kind of shutting down sleep mode.
Hey, Quinn, you had something you wanted to talk about.
How do you? Is it Martillo, right?
Yeah, Martillo.
Yeah. So, you remember the guy at the orphanage, right?
Which
Martillo.
one? The dollar one that left when we got there.
Yeah, the guy that helped us out and everything.
Yeah, I remember him. What about him?
He was there at the Ruby Palace.
And what did he say to you?
This guy is a lot super powerful. Like, for him to be there, and then on top of that, he knows where my brother is, or some guy that's with him knows my brother. And then even then, on top of that, he said if he finds out that anything happened to those children, he's not gonna take it easy on us.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we need to figure out what's going on over there, or at least check in.
That's what I planned on doing anyway. Make sure there's nothing fishy going on. Hey, Snoopy. What about that
Yeah.
pretty girl you're sitting on a lap of? What's up with her?
I've been in like kind of a good, happy mood again, and then my eyes just like narrow. Do you? Did you hear them say the Dreadful Seven? She was one of the Dreadful Seven.
Holy shit.
Here I am, sitting on her lap. She's petting me behind the ears. And she's one of the most dangerous beings out there. The most evil band.
Holy shit.
But
I'm like, my hand on
she
my head.
likes me. She
Oh.
wants me to come see her again.
Oh, well, that's good for you, but what's that mean for us?
I don't know. I don't think it would. I didn't make it clear that you guys were with me. But she's gotta be pretty intelligent.
Well, hopefully you being in the good with her makes it good for us as well. That hag associated with that certain someone we had to kick their ass off. We're into a rude awakening. We don't have to run into her again no time soon.
She told us that Baba the Saga is gonna come for us. So she told me to get as powerful as I can as soon as I can.
Well, this is certainly hilarious. We made 2 enemies in a span of one night. Well, 3.
I think she was always our enemy.
I know. And that's my worry. We got a lot of people watching us, including the certain someone we did this job for. I'm sure he's watching us right now as we speak.
Always watching.
Also, that didn't happen. I'm just fucking with you.
but for the sake of this story, I'm sure he is.
You know what
But
is
yes.
watching you though?
Bro, come on now. Like, this ain't even got to carry on in this session. Like,
Not yet. Continue.
That's your favorite, isn't it, Gerald?
I love that reaction, like every time it pops. Oh, come on, man.
Interesting. Well, as I say,
Right.
well, at least she was a friendly face, I could say.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, in my situation, hopefully, we'll run into a few allies, making some new friends.
Oh, Quinn, she said she wants your...
Supposed to be meeting the rest of the lycanthropes. Met one of my own. It's pretty, I'd be lying if I wasn't saying I was a bit intimidated. His grip. He had a large, strong grip. Something I'm not used to feeling.
Giggity.
Nothing like that. What are you talking about? But he's an interesting character. And I also met a Medusa. That was a first for me. She was beautiful. What do you mean, considering the snake hair? But she's a unique character as well. There's a lot of unique people in that auction.
Yeah, a lot of dangerous people.
Indeed. But tomorrow, we have to check on those children. And I have to run back to the blacksmith, see if there's anything I could sell. I am broke. But yes, we'll figure out what we do in the morning. For now, we've gotten to enough shit for one day. We need to rest.
Hey, Brady.
Yo.
Can I do like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast and try to remember if I noticed the hag take any of my fur?
I'll tell you now, she did.
Yeah. I just like look up at the guys like, guys, the hag has my fur. The Dreadful Seven can see where we are at all times.
Shit.
I pull out my crossbow and shoot it through my face.
Snoopy dies on the spot. They can't see me if I'm not alive. as his his mage hand for like 2 seconds is like tapping his temple and then disappears.
Shit. Well, that's... Well, what else can we do? Only thing we can do now is, like you said, get stronger. And get stronger fast.
Oh, I don't know if you heard me. Quinn, she wants that staff, so she said she's gonna try and get it from you. Okay, good night.
Oh, by the way, here's more bad news. Night, guys. Bye. That's beautiful.
Hey,
Well-
Victor,
Mr. One-Liner.
aren't you worried about the that Astro fellow that wanted that staff that you have?
No, not really. If he was looking, he seemed like he was all talk.
The next thing you know, he's gonna be in here burning your dick off.
Possibly. Yeah. But if he was looking for the same item I was, it doesn't mean that he was ultimately powerful.
Eesh. I'd watch out for that. We already have one enemy after us.
Yeah, Victor Boy, you're out there making friends, aren't you?
Yeah,
What happened to your court staff?
I sold that thing for 300 gold today. I found an interested buyer.
Did you lie to this woman?
I may have embellished it a little bit, but also she was looking to learn from me how to become more powerful, so I don't think I have any problem there, because she's obviously not as powerful as me.
Next thing you know, she will also burn your dick off. Maybe a left testicle.
Well, you can only burn it off once, so good luck.
And so we got
That's
let's
a very
see,
optimistic way of looking at it.
yeah, count on my end. So we got Spider Bitch. That's one. We got Astro Boy. That's two. And then we got Miss I Got Swindled. That's three.
Yeah.
And
All I
is,
have to do, if she comes back, I'll give her back her 300 gold. But She
I
didn't
don't
need
think
it
it's
then.
that easy.
Oh no, she's
Hey.
gonna do a lot to you, man. She's
Oh,
gonna make sure that
no.
she tortures you.
Don't worry about that. I can talk my way out of it.
Oh,
It's
man.
her first lesson in not buying magical items from random people.
She's gonna make you make it so that you can't talk, and it'll be Vic having to do all the talking.
Oh, he's got my back. I'll just give him some more purple cloud, and he'll be good.
And I look at the back of his head and talk to him. Hey, do you got his back?
Kind of looks at you and he's like, sure, maybe. Or maybe I want him to die so I can get my old body back. Yeah, that sounds good. And I think I know just the people now. All those folks that you ran into seem like hard people.
Yep. But it's very likely, Vic, that if I die, you die. So.
Man, that Astro Boy has got some hard hitting people. He's got a hard on for you. Oh man, he wants that stab. You shouldn't have gave him a one-liner. That was a bit ballsy of you.
I technically didn't give him one. I didn't give him anything.
Oh, the balls on this one. Not give you a tap on the back. The balls on this one. You give me a run for my money. Well, hopefully, I don't run into anything like that. People that I've met been pleasant so far.
Very true. But at that, I take my leave to my room now. That tablet has kicked the crap out of me today.
Hey, Vicavor,
Yes.
where do you get your power from?
Well, we can talk about that at a later date. I know that there aren't enemies watching us.
Yeah, with the amount of talk he does, I mean, if anything, his power comes from his nipples. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, let's keep that on the down low for now.
All right. Well, we all need some rest. So, without further ado, I will get set rest. And I hurry up and lay back.
I just leave to my room and go to sleep.
Okay. Any final words from anybody? Cool. So that is where we will leave tonight's session as you guys all go to your various rooms and start to bunker down for the night. We will, I'll give you guys till Wednesday to figure out if you want to do a long rest or a full rest. If we do the long rest, you'll be able to get all your spell slots and stuff, but you can only roll hit dice to get your HP. If you do the full rest, then we'll go through, give you all your spell slots back, but you don't get all your HP until you finish the full rest, and we'll start going over what sort of downtime activities you guys can do for the day. Let me go in my stream and I'll be right back. That was a wonderful session. I had a lot of fun with that one. I was a little worried about how the auction would go because I wasn't sure if maybe I would give them enough of a description of the items so that they would be like interested in purchasing it or not. But they ended up getting everything that I wanted them to. I was really hoping that they would buy a painting and see that they bought a slave. That would have been funny. But anyway, until next time, we'll see ya. Peace!